Coming to you live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Parry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, and as usual, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
And tonight is our spotlight session where we show off a game that's just come out into the biz. And tonight, we're showing off Street Fighter Exceed by Level 99 Games. So big shout out to them for sponsoring this stream and all of this week's streams. I guess we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah, usually we have our co-host Joshua with us on the show, so it's just us two tonight.
He's a little under the weather.
Yep, but that's all right because this is a
two-player game.
Perfect.
Yep, and we get to beat each other up, and I know we've been dying to do that for a while now,
excited.
So that's perfect. So Street Fighter Exceed is a head-to-head card-playing game, essentially, where we're playing as Street Fighter characters. So it's using the Exceed engine.
Okay.
And Street Fighter characters, kind of obviously. And I'm going to do my best to explain the rules. I haven't played this before,
Okay.
but I have read through the rules. We do have a couple viewers that have played something
Yes.
on the Exceed system, and please chime in if you think that I'm not explaining something to the best of my abilities.
For our new viewers, the way we usually set up our spotlight shows is that each person comes in with a different level of familiarity to the game. So one person has read through the rules, maybe played the game once or twice, teaches that to the next person, and then I am usually the guinea pig who will come in blind. We do that intentionally so that if you've never played the game or are unfamiliar with the Exceed engine, I hope that I do a good job of representing you on this side of the table and give you a good idea or a good feel of what it's like to sit at the table and come to this game. Matt's usually the person that gets the information secondhand, so today he's kind of stepping into Josh's role with learning the rules and figuring out the game. And because it was done a little last minute for us on our side, we're going to need the help that, whatever help that you guys can give us. We have some fantastic, excellent mods in the room, and they'll be able to help us through. But the best way to learn any game
is to jump in feet first, or head first, really.
That
So
hurt.
I'm going to need your help, Ann. I need some special magic to get us over to the board game. Look at you. You know what you're doing. All right, so we've got this awesome play mat.
Yeah.
That is, I love it. This is great. Anyway, so we each have 30 life.
Okay.
And first person to go to 0 life loses.
Sounds pretty simple.
Pretty straightforward.
So take me a little bit, Matt, through the setup of the board.
Absolutely. So we've got 9 spaces on the board? 10 spaces on the board. I don't know. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 spaces on the
You're
board.
right.
That's 9. So we each start in position 3 and 7, respectively.
Okay.
And that's going to be how far away we are from each other. So I'm going to take us through the anatomy of a card here.
Sure.
So there's character-specific cards and there's generic cards. Everyone has the same generic cards. Each character has a set of, I want to say, 6 character-specific cards.
Okay.
So this is a character-specific card. 8 unique cards per character. Thank you, Josh. So this is a character card. I'm playing as Zangief because we're both, from Mother Russia, and we're roughly the same size, 7 foot, 400 pounds. So some things you see here. It has a range of 1. That means I have to be within 1 space of you
Okay.
in order to hit you with that.
Okay.
Now, there's also cards that have a range of ranges. So there's a generic card here. So focus, you can be between 1 and 2 range. So it has to be the number of spaces away. You can't be closer than it allots for. You can't be further than it allots for.
Okay.
So then we have power. Power is the amount of damage that the attack is going to do.
Okay.
Speed is how fast the attack hits. So when we fight, we each play a card face down.
Okay.
And when we reveal the cards, whoever has the highest speed goes first.
Okay.
And they're referred to as the active attacker, and then there's the reactive attacker, I believe, is what it's called. So when you're the active attacker, you resolve all of your stuff first. So then there's also special effects. Each card has an area for special effects. So this one is ignore armor, ignore guard. This card has no armor and guard. So you might be like, where is that? It's not there. So let me find one. So this block card here does have armor and guard. So this is you can't attack with this card. This is purely to defend yourself.
Okay.
Armor is the amount of damage that must be done before anything is applied. So if you do an attack worth 2, it does nothing to me. If you do an attack worth 3, it's going to do 1 damage to me. Guard is... Okay, so let me back this up a little bit. If you do damage to someone in excess of their guard amount, they become stunned. Now, what that means, nothing if you're the active attacker. So if you're attacking first, if you've got the higher speed, it doesn't really matter to you. But if you've got the lower speed and you get attacked and it exceeds your guard amount, then you get stunned and you don't resolve your attack.
Action. That makes sense.
So cards that don't have a guard value on them are 0.
Okay.
So that means any damage you take will interrupt your attack.
Okay.
So guard 3, the way that this card is laid out is I can basically absorb an attack of up to 5 and still be able to perform my attack. Because it's not equal to, it has to exceed, name drop in the game, it has to exceed that guard of 3 in order to stun me.
Okay.
So then there's cards that have different effects. So this has an after effect, and there's after, there's before, there's a breakdown in this rule. So before is before the attack happens.
Okay.
Hit is only happens if you hit your opponent. After is when the attack ends.
Okay.
Now is as soon as the card is played. And then cleanup is at the end of the round.
Okay.
So that's the anatomy of one of these cards. There's also this on the bottom, so this is the boost section of the card. So you can play cards in different ways. There's the boost, and then there's the playing it for the attack. So the boost down at the bottom, and when you boost a card, it stays in play and then resolves on the cleanup unless otherwise stated.
Okay.
And to play this, you have to you read what it says. So name a card, the opponent. So it's yellow. It's green screening a little bit there. Name a card. The opponent must discard a copy of that card and reveal a hand without any. So it's a way for you to
look at your other opponent's hand.
Also potentially get rid of an ugly card of theirs.
Okay.
And then finally, I just realized something. Hold on.
Yeah.
So that's the basic anatomy of those cards there. There's force. So that's what this icon is in the bottom left of the card, is force.
Okay.
So you get force by discarding cards. So you can discard any number of cards from your hand, and that generates a force. Your ultimate cards, which are the ones with the red at the top, and each player only has 2 ultimate cards. Those generate 2 force when you do them. So this right here means that you can boost this card, and you boost it by using force. So this has a boost cost of 0.
Okay.
So that's how you activate that ability. Then there's critical is another designation that you see on the cards, and I don't know if I've got one sitting in front of me. If you see one, let me know. But critical is you have to spend your gauge. So gauge, you see this little section of the board here?
Yeah.
It's essentially, when you're playing those arcade fighters and you do really well and you land a good combo and that little meter goes up?
Yeah.
So that's essentially what this is. Whenever you successfully hit an opponent, you put the card, instead of in your discard pile, into your gauge pile.
Oh, that's cool.
You can spend your gauge as force, so you don't have to discard cards from your hand, because you only draw 1 card at the end of your turn.
Okay.
You could also spend gauge to do stuff like activate criticals on your card. And then finally, your ultimates, if you can pass me your ultimate card.
Was that a critical?
Yeah. So there's that critical icon. So if you spend the force to do that, close 1. I'll go over what that means in a second.
Okay.
And so give me your ultimate, please.
Red
top.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at this right here, this means you have to spend 3 gauge in order to use this card.
Okay.
And
so it has to be gauge and not force?
Correct.
Okay.
And then finally, so gauge can be force, force can't be gauge.
Okay.
And then finally, this is your character card.
Yeah.
Each character has unique ability. So for this one, it is as an action, you may close 1 and draw a card. Go over the close in a second.
Okay.
This means that if you spend 3 gauge, you can flip it over and go into the exceed mode. Think of it as like kind of going Super Saiyan.
Okay.
So it now replaces the card. Your card stays this way. There's really not going to be an opportunity to change it back. But it's typically better. So when you exceed, draw a card and close up to 2. And then as an action, you may close one, draw a card, then you may strike. So this one gives you additional abilities.
Okay.
So that's typically the layout of that. Close. So there's different ways to move in this game. Close is you move towards the opponent. So if you have close 1, you would move 1 space towards me.
So I'm closing the space between us.
Exactly. There's move, which is you can choose the direction that you're going.
Okay.
So if you have move 3, you can go 1, 2, 3, or you can go 1, 2, 3. You can't ever land on the same space as someone. You can go beyond them.
Okay.
Then there's advance. So close, you can't go beyond the person because you're closing the distance.
Okay.
Moving, you can move past someone.
Okay.
Advance means that it's similar to move, but you have to move towards me.
Okay. Can I go past you?
Yes, you can. Retreat, run away from
Opposite.
me.
Okay.
Exactly. And then push-pull is instead of you moving,
I'm moving
make,
you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Pretty self-explanatory. So, on your turn, each player gets a set of actions that they can choose to do. You can only do one action on your turn, but you
Okay.
can choose from this list. So you can prepare, which is you draw a card. You
Okay.
still draw an additional card at the end of your turn.
Okay.
If you go beyond 5
Do you
cards,
want to put this one up there?
if you go beyond 5 cards in your hand, you have to discard down to 5 cards.
Okay.
Move. You can spend a force to move a space on the board. Pay an extra force if you switch sides. That means if you were here
Yeah.
and you wanted to move beyond me, you'd
Yeah.
have to spend 2 force.
Okay.
There's boost, so pay the force to use a card's boost effect. So that's this plus ability. That's the boost.
Okay.
Cards with the plus stay in play until after a strike completes. Then there's... sorry, I got lost for a second. Change cards. So you can basically mulligan your hand.
Spend any amount of force to draw that many cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reshuffle. Once per game, you can reshuffle your discard and deck to form a new one.
Okay.
You only get 1 reshuffle.
Okay. So, but this is a 15-minute game, so that kind of.
Right. So if you would have to reshuffle a second time,
Yeah.
you die. You lose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Exceed. So pay the gauge flip to flip your character card over and gain your exceed power. And then strike. So that's when we fight each other. So use a single card. We both play it face down and then reveal it. So you can do an EX, which is, or an X, I don't know how it's pronounced, but basically if you have 2 copies of the same card, you play them face down together. And it gives you a boost.
Oh.
So you get +1 power, speed, armor, and guard to that card.
Okay.
If you don't have a good card in your hand, or you don't have anything in your hand, you do what's called a wild swing. You play face down from the top of the deck.
Okay.
So you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Then
That's most of the time.
the other problem with that is if you ever were to run out of cards in your deck, you have to reshuffle. If you can't play the card that gets wild swung, for whatever reason, if you don't have the exceed, if you don't have the
force
gauge or the force to pay for it, you do it again, and so you can get caught in a loop of
and
burning through your deck.
and then you could die. 'Cause
Right.
You're not, okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So those are the options that you have on your turn. Then it bounces back and forth. There is so we will take turns being first player and second player. However, if any player has something on their card that says advantage, that means that they will be the first player next turn.
Okay.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So we're going to shuffle our decks together now.
Together?
Well, we're going to shuffle our decks. Oh, and then
Is this mine or yours?
that's got a picture of my face on it, so it's mine.
Yours.
So we each get these little cheat sheet cards as well. So this basically gives us the breakdown of our characters and their cards, so the unique cards that they have. And yeah, so I'm playing as Zangief. So if your opponent is at range 1 when you set your attack, it gains critical, +1 power, and +1 speed. So again, the critical, you have to spend a force to do the critical on that. That's what that little symbol means. So the white card symbol
Is
is gauge. That's force.
okay.
And so I think that's it.
don't
There
get
might
next
be
to you.
something else that comes up in the grand scheme of things. In the meantime, though, do
Yeah.
you want to show off the individual character cards that we have one more time and explain what they do?
Yeah, because I don't know what my character's doing other than
Perfect.
it looks super cool.
Yeah. So, as an action, you may close one and draw a card. So, instead of just drawing a card, you can move closer to me
That
and
sounds
draw
like
a card.
terrible idea against you, though.
Probably because my character is all
Close.
close range attacks,
Yeah.
very up close and personal.
So.
So then finally, when you exceed, you will immediately draw a card and close up to 2. So that means you don't have to close if you don't want to. As an action, you may close one and draw a card, same, but then you may strike. So you can move closer,
And
draw a
then hit
card,
you.
and then hit.
Okay.
So that's pretty swanky.
But if I strike in that time, do I strike first?
Whoever's got the highest speed of the cards played. So that's where that speed component comes in with those cards.
Regardless of that special exceed ability?
Correct.
So the...
Strike means we both play a card. Whoever's got the highest speed resolves first.
Okay.
I'm playing as Zangief. So Zangief is if the opponent is at range 1 when you set your attack, it gains critical, +1 power, +1 speed. Yeah, Zangief is very slow. Now, on the other side, when you exceed, pull up to 2. So I pull you closer to me. And then if the opponent is at range 1 when you set your attack, it gains critical +3 power, +1 speed. So I'm not going to hit you often, but when I do hit you, I'm going to take away a lot of health.
Yeah.
So
What I think is really cool about these decks specifically is that on the back they have little character biographies, which is cute. But more importantly, it's got a little green screen for
Pasta,
days.
family, his best friend Ryu.
It's got this little, and it's green screened on our camera. However, where you see Chun-Li's face through the backside, it is green screened. It shows you a web of like the deck's abilities. So if you like to play your decks a certain way, it's a nice way to quickly look and see what matches your playstyle.
So you've got decent power, very fast,
Yeah.
not much technique.
No.
I also don't have much technique. I've got all the defense and power, though.
Yeah.
I'm slow. So it's like real life.
Okay, so, and on the back, what's really nice is that, did you show the individual cards on the back of the
Yeah, I
character
did.
player?
I did. All right, so in the beginning of the game, we shuffled our decks together. So again, each person gets 2 copies of the 8 normal attacks. We've got 16 normal attacks, and then we've got 2 copies of our 5 special attacks and 2 ultra attacks.
Okay.
We're in the 3rd and 7th spaces. We each have 30 life to start with. We're going to use our little dice here. And then we each draw 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so then next up, Anne, do you want to go first or second?
Well, if we're resolving our cards at the same time, what does it matter?
It doesn't really.
Okay.
The person going second is going to get an additional card in their hand. I'm sorry, the maximum is 7 cards, but we draw 5 to start.
Oh, so the hand limit's not 5.
The hand limit's 7, but we start with 5.
Well, then I'll definitely let you go first.
All right, so the player going second will draw an extra card.
Okay.
Your maximum hand size is 7. If you draw a card at the end of the turn and have more than 7, you discard down to 7.
Okay.
If you strike, so that means you fight, you don't draw at the end of your turn.
Okay.
And so now, mulligan, you can look at our hands, and if you don't like any number of cards, you discard that number of cards and then draw up to the number of cards you discarded.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know my cards all that well.
Right.
So I think I'm just going to keep what I have and be okay with it. I don't know about you.
Yeah. We'll figure it out as we go.
Exactly. And it's a 15-minute game, so we should get multiple playthroughs in, and we'll show off some of the other characters as well.
Good.
I'm going to have to play as my girl Chun-Li at some point. I'm just saying. I mean... IJS. So it is my turn. I'm going to take an action, and again, that's from the prepare, so draw a card, move, boost, change cards, reshuffle, exceed, or strike. So... I mean, I think I just want to move closer to you.
Oh, Matt, that's
I know,
so
right?
sweet.
So, I don't...
How do you... How do you spend force if you haven't built up force, though?
You discard cards.
Oh,
so
okay.
any one of your cards you discard is worth 1 force.
Yeah.
Your ultimate card's worth 2 force when you discard them.
And those are the cards with the red tops.
Correct. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to discard Grasp right here. So I'm not using this one. I'm just discarding it for the force. And I'm going to move 1 space closer. I'm going to say, hey, Ann, how's it going? And so that's the end of my turn. I'm going to draw a card.
Are you 2 spaces away or 3 spaces? 1, 2, 3, or
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead. Talk through what you want to do. And I just want to double check something here quickly.
Sure. So I'm looking at a couple of my cards that have some really cool points. So if I'm going to play a card for my boost, I have to pay a force to use the card's boost effect. Oh, but you said that it's the cost in the bottom left corner in the flag, and a lot of these have 0. So some places that I don't need to pay a force if I'm just going to use it for the boost?
Correct.
You can move 1 for Ken's ability. Yeah, so Ken's special, where the heck is it? Oh, as an action, you may close 1 and draw a card. So, yeah, but I don't want to get close to him. So Fire Trooper's mentioning that you can move 1 for Ken's ability and keep my card, and that is as an action, you may close 1 and draw a card. But close is the special movement in which I can only get closer to Zangief. I'm going to keep you over there. So the boosts, if I play that, stay in play until after a strike completes. So if I play a boost now and nobody's strikes, it'll count for next turn.
Yeah, and even then, if someone doesn't strike, you can play another boost and keep stacking those things. So that's an option.
So that's interesting.
What's interesting? Do you know what you're doing?
I think I want to play this for the... Okay, so what happens... let's try this. This is how you learn yips. I want to play that for the boost.
You have to say that first.
Well, that's what...
Say the name of the card.
Tatsumaki Sen... Nope.
Senpokyaku?
Sure.
Sure, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
So you would play this boost card.
Yeah.
And it gives you +1 speed, and you immediately strike.
Okay.
So it immediately starts an attack.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if
You do you, boo-boo.
Okay, so where do I put this? My discard pile?
No. It stays out right now, and then it resolves after the strike is finished.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can put
After
it
the
there.
strike is finished?
Yes.
Or this goes toward my strike that I'm going to do now?
Yeah, the +1 speed goes towards the strike you're going to do now.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying leave it there.
Okay.
Don't throw it away.
Okay.
Okay. I've got my card.
Okay, I've got my card.
So just give them both to me. I'm going to show them off in here.
Okay.
All right, so bam. Okay, so we both played a 4, but you get +1 speed.
Yeah.
So you're
that
going to
was so good.
You're going to do what?
Oh, happy. Hadouken!
Yes, you're going to Hadouken me. So this is going to do 4 damage to me. And that is after, if you hit, you may return this card to the top of your deck. If you do, add the top card of your discard pile to your gauge. So you do 4 damage to me immediately.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 26 health.
Okay.
Now, this card has guard 5, so you did not interrupt me.
That's poopy.
So you can take this back over there. You have fun with that. So are you putting that back on top of your deck?
Yeah, right?
You could.
Why wouldn't I?
It's up to you. It's your strategy, not mine.
Yeah, it's got to go there.
So I'm doing the Banishing Flat. So 2 to 3 spaces away, which you are. Then it's going to be 4 damage. So you take 4 damage.
Okay. So that puts me there.
All right. So then...
And now you get to close
Right.
2?
I'm going to close 2. So I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, Ann?
That's way too close to me.
Reminds you of someone, right?
Yes.
All right. So
what happens with this card now that I've done the boost?
now that means you discard it. So we're in the cleanup portion.
Put the card that was on top of your deck in your gauge pile.
Right. Yes. We successfully attacked. Sorry. So that does not get discarded. It goes into your gauge. We both successfully attacked. So this goes in your
If
gauge.
you do, add the top card of your discard. So then this card goes.
That's
Put the
not in your
Hadouken on top of
discard
your
pile
deck.
yet, though.
No, wait. But the Hadouken goes on top of my deck. This card goes on my gauge.
No. I
You
don't...
sure?
Yeah, because it doesn't get discarded yet. That's the way I understand it. So
Yeah, but if I don't have a discard pile yet because my boost card wasn't discarded,
right.
then I don't have a discard pile. But this is going to go in my discard pile right now.
I think afterwards. I think the order of operations puts it in the discard pile afterwards. I mean, that's the way I'm interpreting it.
If you win off this technicality, I'm going to fight you aggressively.
That's why you might not want to do it, you know?
Might not want to what?
Put it on top of your deck.
Because the other place it would go is in the discard pile, and then this card would go into the gauge?
It wouldn't go, like, this would just go into into your gauge. It doesn't change what goes in your discard pile.
But I think I want this card again.
You have multiple copies of each card in your deck.
Okay, fine. Let's go into the gauge.
That's something.
Fine.
Okay. The card she played is an instant boost. Oh, which is discarded as soon as it's played. Sorry. So yes, you could do that.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going here on top of the thing, and then this is going here.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
So yes, after
now I
resolving its
understand.
effects, discard it. So that's a little different than a normal boost.
Now I understand what you meant by it could either go in the gauge or the discard.
Correct.
Okay, so then that's the end of our turns?
Yeah, well, that's the end of my turn. So I drew... Oh, no, you went as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You don't draw a card because you did a strike.
Okay. I'm going to go with this emotionally.
So then it's going to go back to me.
Okay.
And let me see what I want to do with my cards here. Okay, so I'm going to play...
Something really great.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
I don't know if that's true.
No, I'm going to play the Spinning Pell Driver as a boost. So it's got a 0 force cost. It's going to give me +2 armor. So after, if you were hit this strike, add this card to your gauge. So this is going to go out into play there. It's going to give me +2 armor. And so that stays in play because it's got the plus symbol.
Right, that's a boost.
Right. So, well, that means the plus symbol means it's a continuous boost.
Oh, that's what differentiates.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the continuous boosts stay in play until a strike happens. And so that's going to be the end of my turn. I draw a card. Now it's your turn.
What was your continuous thing? If you were hit this strike, add this card to your gauge.
Right. So I'm going to go faster.
All right, so then... Oh, I like this one. I think I'm gonna do this.
You sure?
Yeah. Okay, I wanna strike with that.
All right. Oh, sorry. I had the card that I was playing anyways, but sorry. Anyway, sorry about that.
Anyways.
Yeah. So we're doing this.
Yeah, we're doing that. So I played Grasp.
We both have a speed of... Oh, you have a speed of 7.
Yeah.
I have a speed of 1. So you're going to attack me first.
Yeah.
You attack me for 3 power.
Yeah.
I have 4 armor. Because I have 2 armor from my boost and 2 armor from the card that I played.
Fine.
All right.
Acceptable.
So
then that means nothing happens?
you don't do anything to me. I got to hit you now. So you did... I'm trying to see in the rules if you technically hit me and it just didn't do any damage. I want to say yes. I'm not 100% though. So yeah, you hit me. You just didn't do damage to me. So I still get that bonus effect of that going to my gauge.
That's terrible.
So then I'm playing Focus. You're in range 1 to 2.
Yeah.
It does 4 power, so you take 4 damage.
This is kind of terrible.
And then I draw a card, and then both of these cards go to my gauge. So
This was not smart.
you did hit me, though, so that, I believe, goes to your gauge as well.
Okay.
That goes there. Look at all that gauge. Beautiful, beautiful gauge. And then I draw a card because the card told me to.
My card says it lets me move you. Yeah, okay, so if I hit, I can move you 1 or 2. But you played focus.
Right. I played focus, and focus specifically says that opponents can't move you.
Yeah.
So I really lucked out in playing that card. And, like, I did technically see your card first, but that was the one that I was planning on playing anyways, so.
Just terrible. Okay, so I don't draw a card. My turn's over. It's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the actual counter to grasp. This is terrible.
You're welcome.
I hate you.
Let's see what I've got here. I'm gonna play another. Oh no, it's your turn
No,
now.
it's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna play another spinning pal driver for a boost. So it's gonna give me +2 armor, and if you were hit, the strike added. So it's the same one that I played last time. And then I'm gonna draw a card, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to play run for my boost.
Okay, so you got the runs.
Yes.
And that's advance up to 3 spaces. So
I can go past you.
yes.
So uno, dos, tres. And then I get to draw a card.
Correct.
Okay. Excellent.
That's for you.
And then where's this go?
So that was an instant boost, so it goes in your discard pile now.
Okay. That's my discard pile. I should probably put face up. Okay.
Okay. So then I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to discard a card so I can get a power. Then I'm going to play the Atomic Suplex for its abilities. That's going to give me +2 armor. And I'm going to close 2.
Ken should be one more back. It doesn't skip for the counting. Oh, really?
I thought it does.
Yeah, I thought that it did.
From what I'm reading in the rule book, it would. All right. So
Never
you were
mind.
here.
Okay.
You'd go 1, 2. I think this is where you're supposed to
Yeah. That braces.
go. Okay.
Okay.
So I close 2.
Great, I
And
hate
I'm
you.
saying hi. Hey, how's it going? Zangief's all up in your personal space.
That's rude.
Zangief doesn't know personal space. Ooh, I like that. What are you doing, Ann? Are you going to hit me? Are you going to Hadouken me?
How do you know I have that? What? How much armor do you have right now?
4.
That's ridiculous.
I know. Because I'm awesome. Zangief is awesome.
Is everything awesome?
No,
Okay,
Zangief
so
is
how does it work with the crits and the gauge?
So you can spend a gauge in order to activate a crit on your card when you play it. So you play the card face down, then you spend your gauge, and then when you flip it over, it resolves the crit effect. Now you could actually
Where does
spend
my gauge go to?
when you spend it, it goes in your discard pile.
Okay.
You could spend gauge theoretically to try and bluff me. Be like, oh, I'm activating my crit on this card.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's something you can do. So, what are you thinking in your head here?
I am thinking that I'm looking at the options that I have, and I think I might actually want to pay. Wait, how much gauge do you have to pay to exceed? When you exceed, draw a card and close. No. How much?
Beware Ryu range 1 Shoryuken.
Oh.
I think you might beat me up.
How much gauge?
Sorry, what was your question?
How much gauge do you have to spend to exceed?
So it's on your card.
Pay gauge to
3.
flip your character card over. You need 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Just need 1 more. I'm gonna do prepare,
So prepare is draw a card.
and then this means it's the end of my turn.
Yes, does.
So then I draw another card.
Yes, does.
Okay. And so now my hand is at 5.
All right. So I'm going to strike.
That's rude.
Strike, 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 strike. Everybody. Do, 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 do.
Okay. So this is my card.
Are you spending any gauge?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
No.
Okay. So you have... Oh, I'm faster than you, too. You have a speed of 3. I have a speed of 5.
Look at that.
So you would ignore armor and guard. That'd be really cool.
If
You also are out of range.
Oh! Give me a card back.
Nope, too late. You played it. So it's technically an invalid card, which means something, but you don't resolve it yet anyways. I resolve my card first. And then because you played an invalid card, I believe that...
Get hit again.
So if your attack is invalid, you discard it and perform a wild swing. So you're going to wild swing on me. Eventually.
Okay.
So I'm assaulting you.
That's rude.
It's got a range 1. I could close. I figured you might try to run away with another card, but nope, you're going to take it. So I'm going to do 4 damage to you.
Man.
And then I'm going to gain advantage, which means I take the next turn. So it's going to go back to me. So this goes away. So I successfully hit. This is going to go in my gauge. Okay, so that doesn't resolve yet. Then you are going to go, and you're going to perform an invalid attack because you're an invalid, and then you're going to wild swing. So wild swing is going to do. Here you go. You're going to do a cross. So you are going to hit me. You're going to hit me for 3. I do have 4 armor out, so nothing happens. And then you can retreat 3, so you can move 3 spaces away from me.
I can't move past you, though, right?
Correct, because that's not retreating.
Okay.
So
Does this go in my gauge or my discard?
invalid because of the range, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Let me
Because
just
the range was 2 to 3.
Right. So
Yeah, I did not have armor. So what does that mean?
oh, you get hit for all of that damage that I did. So you got the 4 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
From 22 to 18.
So because you did technically hit me with that, even if you didn't do any damage, I am going to add this to my gauge. Oh, it says nope. If you miss, you miss. Oh, I thought it was invalid. Boop, boop, boop. Give me 1 second. Sorry, everyone. Resolving strikes. So, flip over both players' cards. You normally wouldn't need to do much here, but there are a few special cases. So, if your attack is invalid, discard it and perform a wild swing. I think invalid... Okay, so invalid might just be... Yeah, if you don't have gauge to pay for an ultra.
Oh.
Okay, so you just missed. Sorry. So, you can put that card back on top. I'm not going to gain the special ability for that one. You're not going to run away.
That stinks.
It's fine with me. So I don't gain the gauge from that one spinning pile driver card. And then it's my turn.
Okay.
So I wasted all my armor, if that makes you feel better.
It makes me feel really good, though.
Okay. So then I'm going to play... Sure, I'm going to play Sweep. So this is a persistent one. This is going to give me +2 speed.
Okay.
Zangief getting faster. Come on, everyone. Zangief getting a little faster now. Your turn.
I am looking through my cards to see what I want to do. How much armor do you have right now?
I have 0 armor.
Well, I guess that's good for me.
Is it, though?
Oh, that's a must. Okay. I am going to play this assault card for my retreat up to 4. So I'm going to go there. And then it's the end of my turn, so I'm going to draw a card. And then this goes into my discard pile.
Yes, because that was an instant.
And then that's it.
You sure?
Yeah, it's back to your turn now.
Oh, why are you so far away?
It's because where I need to live.
Where are you, friend?
I'm way far away from you.
It's not very nice.
No, it's actually really great.
All right. I'm going to...
How do cards get to your gauge again?
when you successfully hit someone.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strike again. And I'm going to spend a gauge to make it a critical.
That's rude. A lot rude.
FYI.
No, thank you.
How much health do you have, Anne?
Don't mind your own business.
18 health. I have 26 health.
I hate you. That's the card I'm playing.
All right. So remember, I have a +2 speed in play.
That's great.
Okay. So you're playing block. It's a speed 0. Look at you. I'm playing the flying power bomb. So I criticaled it.
You did nothing because that's a range 1
Oh,
card.
but it's before close 2. Whoop. Hi, Anne.
I hate you.
So I was anticipating you hitting me, so I wasted my boost, my gauge for that, because you have a speed of 0, so you can't stun me anyways. But I do hit you first. You have 2 armor, so I'm going to hit you for 4, which does exceed your guard, which means that your card doesn't resolve. So I don't think you get the after effect, because I went beyond it.
Why?
So you get stunned. Yeah. So you got stunned because my power exceeded your armor and guard combined.
No, yeah, I got that.
So because of that, your card doesn't actually happen. It just ends your turn. It ends your half of the strike.
Oh, that's dumb.
Sorry, Anne.
No, you're not.
I mean, a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Maybe not. All right. And then this is going to go away because I beat you up. And then that's going to be the end of my turn. So it's going to go to you.
Okay. So...
Oh, did you take your damage? You did. You're down to 14.
I did.
Wow. If I do 1 more damage to you, Anne, you're at half of my health.
I hate you. I'm going to prepare.
Okay, be prepared.
Right, because I can only do...
I just heard something, Joshua. Oh. I think Chris is here.
I'm here.
Hello, Chris. How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, sorry for being very, very late.
No worries. We're about midway through our first game right now. I did my best to explain the rules. I hope I did it justice, but I'm beating up on Anne right now.
Yeah.
I'm playing as Zangief. Anne's playing as Ken because she's dressed like Ken.
All right, all right.
Is it frozen?
He's
Oh, there we
working
go.
on it.
Cool. So Anne could use any pointers you have at this point.
Yes.
All right. Whose turn is it right now?
It is Anne's turn.
No,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you
drew.
just prepared.
Yeah.
So it's back to me.
Yep.
It's back to you.
So I'm going to be simple. I'm going to prepare also because I'm only down to 1 card in my hand. So I want to give myself some more options. So Anne's back to you.
Okay.
Maybe you should ask for help now. I'm just saying.
Right,
You're
how many
so
cards-
salty, just as a human being.
Thank you.
How many cards in your hand, Anne?
5.
Okay. So he has a few options, and you have more right now. But you definitely want to get out of that corner.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, yeah, our options are limited. So you can spend 2 or more force to move. So what about we move spend 3 force to move 2 spaces away. Now you would have to discard 3 cards or 1 gauge to pay for that force. And if you have an ultra, those are the ones with the red border on the top, they count as 2 force.
So, what if I played a bonus to advance up to 3 instead of spending the force? Is that a better option?
Almost. Advance. Actually, yes, it is. Advance would move past them. So if you play that boost,
Yeah.
you can save all that force. That'd be great.
Okay, so then that's what I'm going to do.
I'm assuming you have cross. And you do.
Yes.
Okay. So cross is an instant boost. So that's going to give you advance up to 3.
Okay. So, 1, and I count after him because he's in the space. So 1, 2, and then 3.
Why are you running away, Anne? I thought we
I
could be
don't like
friends.
you. And then this goes into my discard pile.
Now, you did not strike, so you will draw a card.
I feel like I should have been drawing more cards. Okay.
So, I just want to see something real quick. Sure, I think I'm gonna do that. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to spend my 3 gauge, and I'm gonna exceed. So what that means is I'm going to get this lovely ability here. So when you exceed, pull up to 2. So you're going to get closer. And then if the opponent is at range 1 when you set your attack, it gains critical +3 power +1 speed. So I was here, and I'm going to pull you 1, 2. And then I'm going to draw a card. And Anne, it's your turn.
Now...
So I can backstep here to retreat up to 4, and that would move me again back 4.
Which card is that?
Assault. The bonus for assault. Or the boost for assault, rather.
Yeah, you can. It moves you a certain amount of spaces. So we can get away again. You know, Zangief is really dangerous right next to you. So if we can get, like, not immediately next to him, then we can start attacking him from there.
Okay, so then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the instant boost there.
So retreat up to 4. So you're going to move 4 spaces away.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to draw a card because I did strike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Why do you keep running away, Anne? I thought we were friends.
No, we're definitely not.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and...
Stay over there. Sounds great. Thanks,
yeah,
friend.
sure. You know, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm going to prepare. So I'm going to draw a card, and I'm going to draw another card. I want to see what my options are here. Oh, I like that. Okay, it's your turn.
You make me really nervous.
All right, and do we have any options to possibly hit him at a range?
I have 1 card that'll hit him at that range. I have Hadouken, which has the range of 3 to 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the great part about live, is I get to tell you what's in my hand. I hate you.
I mean, I don't know what you're playing.
You know, sometimes you see the Hadouken coming, and it's still the best thing to do. So let's just shoot at him anyways.
I like it. I like it. Now, I do have 2 cards in my gauge, so should I spend 1 to use the critical of the +2 power for the Hadouken?
No.
Well, let's not do it yet.
Okay.
Because Hadouken has a really fun ability that lets you use it again.
Okay.
So if we see that he doesn't have a good response, then we can do the better Hadouken one.
Okay, so then I'm going to strike. Can you guess which card I'm going to be playing?
No. I know what I'm playing, though. Is it? Oh, look, it's a Hadouken. Let's show that off there. So it's a range of 3 to 6, 4 power, 4 speed. I played block.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can... So the block effect is when you are hit, spend any amount of force...
Yeah, but mine goes first.
Oh, that's true.
And
yeah,
then I've stunned you because my power of 4 is more than your guard of 3.
So how does the block card work in terms of adding the additional armor,
No,
Chris?
no, we talked
Hold
about
on.
stun.
So here's what's going to happen. You do read the Hadouken first, and you do get hit for 4. However, you have 2 armor, so you only take 2 damage. You are not stunned. And then you can pay extra force to reduce the damage further. So you basically need to take 6 damage because of the armor to get stunned out.
Okay.
From a block. Yeah.
So you do 4, which would do that 2 damage to me. So then...
And now you may discard a card, discard 1 force to take 0 damage instead, using its effect.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So I
So
want to take
block-
damage.
You both have after effects, so we're going to do Hadoukens first. If you hit, you hit for 0, but you hit. We return this card to the top of your deck. If you do, add the top card you discard to your gauge. So we can basically Hadouken again. So let's do that for fun. Let's just use its effect on top of the deck and get 1 guarded gauge.
Okay, so my
block has an after effect that adds stuff to its gauge. So even when you block, you still get 1 gauge.
Yay. All right, so building up my gauge
So
again.
wait, even after you block, you get 1 gauge?
That's what this card is. So after, add this card to your gauge at the end of the strike.
So then my block card from before should be on my gauge.
No.
Why?
No, because it didn't. Your card didn't take effect because you got stunned.
But I didn't get stunned.
You did get stunned.
Because you told me it was more than...
Right, that's why you got stunned.
But I just hit you for 4 and you weren't stunned.
Because I had 2 armor plus 3 guard, so you needed to do more than 5 damage. I did 6 damage to you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know if I trust you. I don't know if I believe you.
All right.
It was Zeef's turn.
Okay, so it's back to me. All right, I know that you don't have the Hadouken because it's on the top of your deck.
Or do I?
Unless you
How
have,
many do
unless
I
you
have?
have both Hadouken. Oh, no, because you used the other one earlier, didn't you? I don't remember now. Yes, you used the other one at the beginning of the game. And so you have both of them in your discard. Well, one's in your discard pile, one's on the top of your deck. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prepare. So I'm just going to draw 2 cards.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm going to pass it back to you.
Okay.
No, so and here's the fun thing you can do, Exceed. When you don't want to play, if you're in a strike, you don't want to use a card from your hand, you can wild strike. So you can always play the top card of your deck blind. We know what that is. So if Matt attacked you, you could actually still have Hadouken.
Glad I didn't attack you.
I feel
So,
like you're...
but if you wanted Hadouken again, you can right now, and you're gonna force Zangief to move and spend some force to get out of that position.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I could just
But he
do
did
Wild
draw cards. He
Strike?
might have a better answer now.
Wait, what?
He did draw some cards, so he might have more answers right now. But he played block. He had to draw because he didn't have answers. I would Hadouken if I were you.
Okay, and I can do the Hadouken because I can do the Wild Strike?
Yeah, you can always wild strike. You're like, I strike you with the top random card from the. I can strike from the top card of my deck blind, and we just happen to know what it is.
Not so blind in this instance.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should do that, Ann.
This is a lot more fun since Chris got it. Okay, so then I'm going to Wild Strike.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got my card.
Okay.
What did you? Oh, you did a Hadouken. Look at that. Well, I blocked.
Yeah.
I didn't take the. Oh, I did take the damage last turn.
You didn't get damage because you paid a force.
That's right. That's what it was. So I'm gonna do the same thing here.
I wish I...
Thanks. So, that's
And are
fine.
we putting that card back on top of our deck yet again?
Yes, yes, we are. If I could have my card back, that'd be real great, Matt.
Sure.
We made a mistake. We should have. If somehow we could have known, we could have used that critical to break the block.
Okay. So there you go.
Okay.
So this is gonna go in my gauge
Why did you aggressively throw that
because I wanted to be aggressive. Be aggressive. Okay. So I am then. It's my turn. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play cross. So I'm gonna advance up to 3. So I'm running towards you.
That's not cool.
1, 2, 3. Hey, how's it going? And I draw a card.
All right, he's out of Hadouken range. The dream is dead.
The dream is dead.
Yes.
Here's another
So...
tip, though. The deck has 2 copies of every card,
Yes.
so we know Matt has no more block cards, and we can consider that in our strategy.
That's nice. I like that very much. I don't need that one. I'm thinking of playing Kneebash, which is a 1-2 range card with a power of 5 and a guard of 5. I don't need the close of 2 to crit, but I'm wondering if that's a good option.
Thank you, Fire Tripper. I did exceed.
Oh yeah, it might be. Really depends if we think he can outspeed you right now. I mean, I would try it. How many cards are in Matt's hand?
4. My other 1 to
Either.
2 range is a special card, which I can't pronounce, or I would.
I think I know which one it is. I believe in you, Anne. I think you should just prepare, personally. I think that's your best bet.
Oh, but there's that thing there.
Right?
I don't believe that is correct, Matthew.
It's worth a shot.
Or I can play it for my stuff. I could play my Shuriken for the boost, which is Burning Passion, which is +1 speed, and then draw a card. Is that worth it, Chris?
It's a continuous boost, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try it, because then you can stack them, and we can keep playing them until the next strike happens. So if we start boosting, and we keep boosting, we can force Matt to initiate the strike.
Okay, I think that I'm going to do that. So then
Let me show off the card here.
Sure. And
So,
card.
sure you can. So you're doing the Burning Passion. So +1 speed and draw a card. So you're going to try and get a little bit faster than me.
So we have +1 speed on the next strike. We draw a card now. We did not strike. We draw another card.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So, what do I want to do? So it is my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like a whole lot of what I got, but it's not bad. Sure, why not? I'm going to strike. I got my card. How about you, Anne? You feeling lucky, punk?
All right, I think I'm going to play this card.
You think? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Now, hold on. I'm looking at my abilities here.
Wait, no. Give me my card back. Which was this one? Yes, it was this one. Yeah,
yes.
no, it's fine.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, so you played the knee bash, and I played the assault. So I'm assaulting you. So before close 2, so I'm gonna get all up in your grill.
That's so gross.
Then I'm going to hit you. So it's gonna do 4, power 4.
Okay. And
So you take 4 damage.
So now can I spend cards for force to avoid it?
No, that was just the block card.
Yeah, it's a specific effective block. So you're going to take 4 straight up.
Okay.
However, we have 5 guards, so we can still get to attack that.
Right.
Okay.
So this is going to go in my gauge. And you are attacking.
Yeah.
So that is a 5 power.
Yep.
So I'm going to take 5 straight to the face.
Yep.
And you get plus range if you initiated strike, but
I didn't.
you didn't. So you do 5 damage to me. So I'm at 21. How much health are you at?
10, because you cheated before Chris came on.
Ah.
So I hit you, so this will go into my gauge. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Correct.
both hit each other, so you both get gauge.
Zangief's ability only works
then,
at range 1?
Yeah, I didn't use it.
Okay.
And the speed boost falls off now.
Oh, yeah, so your speed boost goes away.
And it goes discard or gauge? Discard.
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 Okay. So that now it's going to go back to me because I gained advantage from the assault card.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you get to go again.
So I'm going to have some
The
fun.
advantage is really dangerous because the opponent doesn't get to draw more cards in between. So when it gets smaller and smaller, the combo is going to get strong.
Yeah, I'm having some trouble here. I only have 3 cards in my hand. So I'm going to discard a card for a power. And I'm going to play the Banishing Flat for its ability of reach. So it's going to give me... You know what? I'm not going to do that. I showed off. I'm not going to do that. That was silly. Because I realized that I'm right next to you.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Do it.
No, it's fine. I don't need to.
You sure?
Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to strike again. I think.
Now, if I have something that's a critical, can I spend gauge now to do that? Or is it only when I initiate the strike?
You can do it anytime you put your strike down, regardless if you're attacking or being reactive. So when you put your card down, you spend the gauge at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing a comment in chat about the playmat is absolutely gorgeous playmat.
Yeah.
I love it. Does your card?
Yeah.
You good to go?
Yeah, we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
So you have a speed of 4. So there's that. Oh, little delay there. I have this one, speed of 5. So it's my ultimate. So I have to spend my 4 gauge.
But I thought you had to spend your gauge before you flip the card.
That's if you crit.
Oh.
So with this, I have to spend that 4 gauge as soon as I hit it over. So
did we critical the axe kick?
Nope.
Okay. So you spend your 4 gauge on reveal. Now, one thing to note is that if somehow you got stunned out of your attack and you played an ultimate, you'd spend the gauge either way. So that's something to consider.
So I'm going to do 11 power to you. And
Yes, so I'm dead.
Yay! I win.
I feel like you cheated the whole first half of this game.
How did I cheat?
So, just FYI. Just FYI.
I think that was a very good game, man. Good job. At losing.
That's cheating.
All right, so while we set up for a second game, we're going to switch characters here. We're going to open up some new ones. Anne is going to pepper you with some questions here, Chris, to get some of the background deets, behind-the-scenes info, all the goodies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But first up, Anne, who are you playing as? Who do you recommend, Chris? Which is your favorite character to play as?
I like to play as Akuma because the game either going in hard or you get taken out hard. He's like the aggro character, has a lot of fun. I like Ryu too, pretty honest. Those are my play styles.
All right. And who are you going to play as?
Well, Chris is definitely going to have to be on my side, so I guess that means we're going to be playing as Akuma. I'm okay with this.
Okay, let's do it.
I want to play
do
as
it.
my girl Chun-Li.
That works.
It's happening.
It's happening.
We both didn't put our character cards in the boxes, so there's that.
We're real good at this.
Yeah.
So, Chris, tell me a little bit about how this came into development. I mean, I know Level 99 Play does a lot of games with video game licenses to kind of bring that video game feel to the tabletop. Where did Street Fighter come from? And talk to me a little bit about the Exceed engine.
Yeah, so we're definitely about getting that video game feel to tabletop. This is actually our second video game license because we worked with Jasco Games to get those licenses. So that's why we did Mega Man Pixel Tactics and now Street Fighter. But our other games are more about capturing that feel. One of the games that like basically started Level 99 Games is BattleCon, and Exceed has grown from that. And we basically arcadified it and created the Exceed system to continue that genre of game in our lineup. BattleCon is a perfect information game. We took away the perfect information and gave you a deck, so the games are snappier and quicker. And you can pump out more games once you really know the rules.
I noticed that these were little 15-minute games, and I thought that was really neat. On the box, it tells you that the level for the game is moderate as well. Do you have different games on the Exceed engine that vary from the moderate difficulty level?
No, we compare moderate to our whole lineup. So a game like Millennium Blades would be high intensity because it has a huge amount of setup and there's a lot of bandwidth you need to do to play that game to like really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And a light game would be like Noir, where you have less information to take in to get to the enjoyable part of the game. And we put Exceed right in the middle when we rate our games that way.
So what was it about Street Fighter that really, I mean, was there a reason you guys went after this license in particular to be the first actual video game license that you were able to work with, or second, right?
Well, it was more about creating the system first.
Okay.
And it's one thing to make a fighting card game, but the Exceed very much in particular is like, this should be a Street Fighter game, right? It just should, right?
No, I
So,
definitely get that vibe from the play style of the game itself.
Yeah. So we made the game first and then find what fits in terms of licenses and stuff like that. There are other seasons of Exceed with different licenses, so it is a crossover system. Like we did 7th Cross Exceed with our own IP for our co-op game coming out. We put those characters into the universe. And then we did Street Fighter Exceed, and then next year we'll do a different IP of Exceed. It's fun to just get your favorite characters and brawl it out like that.
I feel like we were talking a little bit about this at Gen Con.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think at that time, this was still Street Fighter culture was still a secret at that time.
So for Exceed, when you talk about having the different IPs and everything, are they cross-compatible? Can I play the Street Fighter Exceed games with the other Exceed games?
Yes, you can, and that's a lot of fun at the game.
That's awesome.
Every series has their own identity though. Like the critical mechanic, that's only for Street Fighter characters.
Okay.
So if you pick a Street Fighter character, you have that in a unique ability over the other characters, but of course they have their own identifying mechanic.
Have you play tested things like the critical ability with the other Exceed versions to see how that plays?
We definitely play test it within series and across series. As more characters get added to the game, that matrix gets way more complicated.
Of course.
But we do consider the game as a whole when we balance these characters.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's really neat. So talk to me a little bit. Everybody keeps on talking about the mat that came with the game. And no, not that mat. So obviously, I mean, the mat looks like it's a more expensive component of this game, but it looks like everybody is in love with it. I usually see the neoprene mats, but these have the woven edges. Talk to me a little bit how you guys made the decision for the mat. I mean, I know it might seem trivial, but it's the little details that really make a game nice.
Well, definitely. And yeah, Exceed comes with the space cards and it's functional, but the mat for Exceed just elevates the experience massively. It's beyond it being a convenience, It just feels good. And if we're gonna add like an extra component, not just the fact it's a mat, the fact it's like woven and we put that effort in there and it's a more expensive product. If there's any game where people are gonna be like I need that because it's functional and beautiful, it's Exceed. So we started doing the woven mats.
That's very cool. All right. So I have got my deck shuffled.
Yep. Let's go over our characters.
Okay.
And Chris, maybe you could give us a little bit of insight as to their play style so we can see what to expect. So Anne's playing as Akuma on your recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So Akuma, your attacks have critical. Both players have +2 power. So that's interesting.
So Akuma, to replicate his lower health, because in Skid you always have 30 health, you can use critical when you think you're going to win the exchange and just hit him really hard. But of course, if it backfires, you're going to take more damage. As a result, he breaks guard all the time. And your guard gets broken all the time. So something to consider. And if you flip it over, it gets to +3 power.
So you're kind of going
really
you're kind of going the
Super
glass
aggro.
cannon route a little bit.
That sounds about right for
So
me.
when you play Akuma, we want to get him his options limited, maybe to a 50-50, then read him and kill him. That's what we want to do.
And then I'm playing as Chun-Li. So after you resolve a boost, you may retreat 1. So I'm all about spacing. So I want to keep away from you. After you resolve a boost, you may retreat 1. And then I also gain, for each continuous boost you have in play, your attacks gain +0 to 1 range. So I get increased range the more boosts I have in play. So I'm going to be sniping
so
you.
you want to stay in your optimal range to not get hit and avoid our attacks.
Gotcha.
So you would a lot against Chun-Li.
Magic in chat asked the question is, are there plans to expand the list of characters that are in the game?
There are 12 Street Fighter characters right now. In the future, we will release more. That's all information I have about that. But there are definitely other characters from Street Fighter.
It's not all the information he
will be
has.
in the game
That's
that-
all the information he's
don't
willing
have
to give me.
There you go.
Yeah, there'll definitely be more, and they still count as season 3, so we'll have the critical mechanic. More information on that later. We got to figure it out.
Okay. I didn't mean to look at those cards. I was making sure that my other card wasn't there. So, all right. So then, deck down, draw 5.
Yeah.
2, 3. That's what I was looking for. 1, 2, 3.
Did
4.
you shuffle your...
Sure
yeah,
did.
You did.
Did you?
It happens.
Please tell me you did it too. So I don't
It's
feel as
fine.
bad.
It happens.
Okay.
All right. I'm okay with the cards that I have. So, Anne, do you want to go first this time?
No.
Chris, is there a formal way to choose who goes first, or is it just up to the discretion of the players?
It's up to the discretion of the players.
Okay.
And something to consider is that you can always mulligan if you do not like your opening hand.
And so with the mulligan, is it a full discard of the entire hand, or we can actually select which cards we discard and draw back up to?
You can select which cards you discard, draw back up, and the cards you discarded are not shuffled back into the deck until you draw. So you won't get them back.
Oh, okay. I'm actually okay with the cards that I have. How about you, Anne?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I'm going to go first. And make this interesting. I'm going to play Fierce, so +2 power, a continuous boost card for me. Now, with my ability of, upon the resolution of a boost card, is that only after the boost card gets used in a strike? Or the fact that I just played a boost card, even though it's a continuous boost, would I be able to retreat one?
Like, can I see your effect again?
On Chun-Li, her ability, or after you resolve a boost, you may retreat one?
So resolve would be. I'm gonna have to ask Marco. I'm not sure. I know he's in chat, Marco. Can you tell us the timing on that?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking here, and it says, if you would strike, retreat first. So, yeah, it's looking like when you do the strike and the continuous boost cards are getting applied, then you would retreat. That's how, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, so playing a boost resolves it, your UA procs. So you would get to move now.
Oh, okay, I would get to move now. I mean, sure. I'll retreat one. And come at me, bro.
I'm going to play Sweep for the boost.
Okay.
And so it's +2 speed.
Ooh.
All right.
Don't forget, I didn't.
Then I get to draw a card,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't draw up on my turn either.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So, you know what? I'm gonna play Sweep now, because I don't like you being faster than me. So, I am gonna draw up, and because I played that, I can retreat one technically. I'm not going to. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. I'm going to play Cross for the boost, which is advance up to 3. 1, 2. Do I want to go all the way up or do I want to stay here? I think I want to stay there.
Okay.
I think you got to move the full distance, actually.
So what's the actual? It says
Say up to or over 3?
Up to.
up to 3.
Okay.
All right. So you played. That's into your turn.
I'm still debating. Hold on. Stay there.
But you played the boost on that card, didn't you?
I'm debating whether... I'm going to go there. Okay. Yes. I played the boost, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm drawing a card.
Okay. I'm going to strike. Strike, 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 strike.
So, Anne, if you have an effect that can get us a card into Gauge, that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Besides hitting. But if you can't, that's fine too.
Okay. So I'm going to play this card right here.
Hold on. I'm double checking what I'm doing here real quick. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're playing that card?
Just kidding.
Okay.
Nope, that's right. I do want to play that.
Oh, wait, you played this card, didn't you?
No, you
Oh, no, it's my
strike.
turn. Sorry. I'm not paying attention.
No.
Thank you. So you're playing. There we go. And so I'm playing Lightning Legs. You're playing. And can you say that for me?
Nope. Tatsumaki. Zanku.
That-
Nope. I give up. I made it to the U.
Tatsubaki's on.
What Chris said.
There you go. So I have more speed than you.
Yes.
So I'm going first. So I'm going to attack you for 5 power because I've got +2 power as one of my boosts.
Okay.
So you've got no guard.
Right. Or armor.
Correct. So I'm going to do that 5 damage to you, and it's going to stun you, so you don't get to resolve your attack.
Okay.
So sorry, not sorry. That goes away. This goes in my gauge. All good. I don't get to draw, unfortunately, but I'm okay with that. So it's going to be your turn, Ann.
Okay.
Oh, and we resolve all of our, or we get rid of all of our
The boosts all go.
boosts.
And I think I want to play. I'm going to strike. Yes.
You're striking me.
Yes.
How striking? I don't
How
know what I want to
striking?
do. Could do that. Do I want to, though? I'm going to play this. I'm okay with that. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, boom. So speed 7, power 3, I am blocking. So you're going to do 1 damage to me because I do have
Oh, close
1
one.
armor. Okay. So you're going to do 1 damage to me. Then, because you hit me, you push me 2. I can only go 1 space. And then the block is going to occur. So when I'm hit, I'm not going to do the plus armor. I don't think I need it right now. And then this card's going to go into my gauge. So we both get this into the gauge. Stop running away from me, Ann. Or running towards me.
And I did the strike, so I can't pull a card.
Correct. Yes, I did take my damage, Josh. So it's my turn now. I'm going to... I'm going to prepare. I think that's my best bet here. So I'm going to draw a card, and then draw another card. And then pass it back to you, Ann.
Okay. I'm going to play Spike, which gives me +1 armor and +3 guard.
+3 guard.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that.
And then I'm going to draw a card.
Okay. I'm going to play Fierce. So that's going to give me +2 power. And that's going to stay out. I can't retreat because I'm backed into a corner. Apparently, they put Chun-Li in a corner. It's not Baby. And then I'm going to draw a card, and it's going to go back to you.
Okay.
Now, and before we use our hero power or ability, we want to make sure we use that on high-speed cards so we can increase our likelihood, or cards that have a lot of guard, so we can guarantee we get the hit. If you have something like that.
Cards that have a lot of guard or cards that have a lot of power? Your attacks
A lot of
have-
guard. It's possible for us to get hit and hit him back, even though he has a +2 attack. It just really depends what he plays, but something to consider.
Okay. I think.
You think. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I have a really neat card that I kind of want to play, I think.
I hope it's not that good. That's a lot of armor and guard. I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing there, Ann. So what are you playing?
Okay, so the way that my power works is that if I spend a gauge in order to
Activate the critical.
activate a critical on my card,
We
or
both get +2 power.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you would give both of us +2 power. So that would it's kind of banking on the fact that you would stun me. Hopefully.
Okay. And this is just +1 armor and +3 guard to me.
So Mkami was saying that if you crit, all of the crit triggers activate. So you would get that ability, plus if there's an additional crit trigger on your card, you would get that as well. I hope that you don't have that.
I think we're going to try this.
I think that's not good.
I really wish I had more of something else, though.
Ooh, that's cool.
So
What are you doing? I mean, besides having analysis paralysis.
I seriously am. I feel like this is a lot for that, though. It's just not enough.
So don't do it. You have time.
time. Okay, so I'm going to play Dive for its boost. So
Oh.
choose and discard a boost in play. So I don't like this.
Oh, you're getting rid of my plus power.
Yeah, I totally did that.
That's interesting.
And then I'm going to draw a new card.
Huh. Okay. Very, very interesting. Don't know what I want to do here. See, now you're messing me up, Anne.
It's good. Builds character.
Cool. I'm going to do this. So I'm going to discard the flipping axe kick, so that way I get the plus power. And then I'm going to do the guard crush on the spinning bird kick, which is ignore guard and immediately strike. So we're striking in. Yep. All right. So, boop. For everyone watching, that is the link to Street Fighter Exceed by Level 99 Games. I have my card ready to go if you do.
Okay, I think I want to play that card there.
Okay. And are you activating your ability? Or activating your crit, rather? Yes, no, maybe? Make a decision. Come
Yeah,
on.
let's see
I
how it
believe in you.
works.
Okay.
All right,
there
so
we
I'm
go.
spending my gauge.
Show me what it was, but you know. So you're spending your gauge, you're activating a crit. We both get +2 power.
Yeah.
Last chance. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you are doing...
I don't know if this is going to be in my best.
That is a word right there. Go Shoryuken. Speed of 7, so you're going to go first. I have a speed of 1. So you're going to hit me for 5 in total. So I have 2 armor, so it's going to do 3 damage to me. 1, 2, 3. I do have 5 guard, though, so it's not going to stun me.
Why not?
Oh, so before, sorry, you closed 1.
Because I didn't exceed the 5.
Right. So you would have had to have done 8 damage to me in order to stun me. Because it's... you take the power, you subtract the amount of armor, and then you apply it against the guard. So you did damage to me, but I'm still going to do my card. And so I am going to hit you now for 4 damage.
But I have armor.
You have armor. I do ignore your guard, though, because of my 1 card in play. So how much armor do you have?
1.
So it's going to do 3 damage to you. Yeah, focus is legit. Focus is real good. And then after, I'm going to draw a card. So that was nice. So that goes there. I draw a card. And then the boosts get discarded in. So don't forget to discard your boost.
So Akuma actually hits for 5. You used the critical, right? So you have +2 attack?
Yes.
Right, but I had 2 armor from playing Focus. So that's where the 3
Can I
damage.
see focus again? Oh, I see.
Yeah, Focus has the 2 armor, so it would do 3 damage to me.
Why does it give Matt power? Oh, that's why. Oh, so yeah, it goes down by 2 more because...
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ann, for helping me beat you up.
I tried.
See, it's a risk thing because it goes both ways. But, you know, if you get it right, then it's kind of like you both have less health.
Yeah.
You don't sound excited, Ann.
I don't feel confident about that.
Here's a couple boosts that double the amount of boosts you get. And you can just play a bunch of, like, plus attacks. And you can force them to do a strike. And because otherwise you could be playing boosts. If you win that trade, they just die. Or you die. So that's basically how Akuma works.
So in chat, they're saying it's meant to capture the fact that Akuma deals more damage on average, but also has a lower HP total. Makes sense.
Okay. So then I'm going to prepare because...
You know what? That's a lovely idea. I'm going to prepare also. So you can have your turn right back to you. I hope you know what you're doing.
Nope. Is it? Why? How did it get to be my turn? I actually think it's your turn. It's back to your turn. Like, you prepared, I prepared. I
No,
shouldn't
you
have taken my turn.
Oh, okay.
That's...
Gotcha. Oh, because you struck me.
Yep.
Gotcha. Whoopsie daisy. That's fine. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to strike. Striking. Yeah. And then I'm going to spend a gauge in order to activate the critical on my card, because I totally have a critical on my card, and you should definitely believe me. How about you, Anne?
Okay, here's my card that I'm going to be playing.
Are you not activating a critical?
No.
Okay. So we both played a speed of 5. So who resolves first if both players have a speed 5?
Whoever initiated the strike gets the tiebreaker.
Yes, that's me. All right, so I'm going to stomp your head. So I'm going to advance 3.
Oh, why should it be in my gauge?
I think it has an effect on its boost part.
So even if it's on the boost
Oh, no,
part...
you hit. I'm sorry, no, you used that attack, right? You hit.
Oh, that's
So
right.
you hit, it goes to your...
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, advance. If I move past my opponent, I did. This attack's range includes them. So I run I'm jumping on your head, and I'm running on your head that way. So I did do the critical. So it's going to give +1 power. So I'm going to hit you for 6 power.
Okay.
That stuns you, so your card doesn't take effect, and I draw a card. So this card is going to go into my gauge.
Okay.
I draw a card. End your turn.
Okay.
Run away! So are you gonna come at me, bro? Or are you gonna run away?
So I think I'm going to strike.
Again?
Do we want to critical the strike? Are we confident in it?
I think I do.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
So then I want to spend the card that's in my gauge, or I can spend a card that's in my hand.
It has to be gauge.
Has to
Or
be.
you use the Kuma ability.
Okay, so I want to spend the crit. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I'm so far behind. So
So you did spend the crit.
correct.
I don't like that. I don't like that a lot.
I can pay for force with cookies. Is my ultimate ability. That's the best.
So I'm trying to think of what you might have that maybe I can mess you up. Sure, I'm going to do this. It's probably a bad idea. Cool. So I've got my card. You got your card? You
Yeah.
critted it? Do I want to crit mine? I'm not going to crit mine. Okay. Boom. Okay, so damn, speed 4, so you're going to go first.
You're not in range.
Read my card.
No.
I know what I did.
Fine.
Chill yourself out, but you go first anyways.
Fine.
So you're going to get... Oh, you get +1 speed anyway, so you go first.
Yeah.
But you get -2 power.
But I critted,
Well,
so I get...
here's the thing. You critted, so that's also applied. So you have +2 power, -2 power, so it's going to be 5.
So you got a net 0
and
there.
1 +1 speed. Yes, a net of 1 speed. So you're going to get hit for 5. And that's going to beat your 4 guard and stun the spinning bird kick.
Well, poo. All right. So that was a good move, Ann.
Yeah.
I did not think that that's the route you were going. So that goes in your gauge.
Okay.
Nothing happens on my attack. And...
You want to move? I know you're not used to doing this.
I know, right? So how much damage did you do again?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So it's getting closer. I don't like that.
I'm okay with
But it is my turn now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I want to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna play defend. So that's gonna give me +1 armor, +3 guard. So that goes into play. Because I resolved a boost, I'm gonna retreat 1.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna draw a card. And it's your turn. That doesn't taste good. It's like they're asking me how the Hadouken tastes. It's not a Hadouken, but it was bad.
I'm going to prepare. So I'm okay.
You're just preparing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to play something. Oh, I don't like my... I'm going to prepare. Go ahead, Ann.
How do I move?
You can spend your power to move. So you
discard cards from that many spaces.
So you can spend gauge too, right, Chris?
You can spend gauge.
Or I can spend cards to move that many spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna discard this card
Okay.
to move 1,
Okay.
and then.
That's it. That's your action for your turn.
But I didn't strike, so I can draw a card.
Right.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
So-
Emotionally, I'm okay with this.
I think I want to do this.
Something about it. So, the card you discarded with the red
It's an
banner,
altar,
they
so it
count
counts as
2 points.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't.
You can still discard it if you want it, but you don't. It might affect your choice. If you still want to discard it to move 1, that's fine. But just letting you know.
I'm just kidding.
You
I
can
was
move 2 if
here,
you want.
right?
One more back.
I was 1 more back.
Yeah, you were there.
Because I only moved 1.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with that.
You want to stay there?
Yeah, no. Yes? Maybe.
Just pick one.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to strike. Am I going to strike? Hold on. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm gonna get creative here, actually. So I'm gonna play Focus, but I'm playing it for the reading ability. So name a normal attack, then strike. The opponent must strike with that card. I'm going to say Cross.
Okay, so I get to reveal my hand to you.
Unless you have Cross, then you're playing that card.
I don't.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't even think that that's what you were hoping for. So that is my hand.
Okay. So, oh, you got
You want to put it under
you
the...
got your ultimates in there.
Yeah.
You've got block, and you've got Hyakushu.
Sure.
So 1 range, force, power, 4 speed, nor armor, 4 close 2. After for the rest of strength.
Wait, Matt must place down his card first when he calls the attack.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't get to see Anne's hand before setting the attack.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I
Oh.
had my card picked out, but I'm good.
Okay, so you're still striking?
I'm still striking. I mean, look at me. Come on.
Can I do the EX as part of the strike?
If you want to, if you want a reactive strike, you put 2 cards that are the same down. It's EX, and it gets +1 on all stats except range.
I forgot
Okay.
about
Even
that.
stats you don't have,
I didn't.
like armor.
In case you were wondering, I didn't.
Okay.
Which is why I'm 2 spaces away from you.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Are you doing anything else? Are you criticaling or?
I'm already getting... So when you do the EX, you get +1 to power, speed, armor, and guard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only going... It's the same card, so this particular card has a speed of 4, so it's only going to be speed 5. It's not speed 9. It doesn't double.
It is double, speed 5.
Right. Which I really wish that it did, because that would be so good.
Be a little over the top.
So this would give me +1 to armor and guard. But it would mean that that would be a 6 if I crit it. And then I think these both go. So if the boost says add this card to your gauge, oh, it doesn't matter because if I hit, okay, yeah, no, I'm go big or go home, Rosifus. Go big or go home.
Okay.
So I'm critting.
So you've got a speed of 5. I've got a speed of 5. So I initiated, so I go first.
Damn.
So I'm going to close 2. Boop, boop. I'm all up in your grill. So then I'm going to do 4
Wait a second,
damage to you.
What card did Anne play?
She played the Hyakushin? Hyakushu?
Okay, you're right. Speed 4 versus your 5, but you get +1, so it's the same.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So now
That's a 4.
do 4 damage to you. You do have 1 armor.
You get +2 power because I did my crit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
Also
too.
that.
So you do have 1 armor, and you have 1 guard. But since I'm doing 6 damage, I'm doing 5 damage to you in total, which exceeds your guard of 1. 11. Yeah, there you go. So then, because I hit, I'm going to get advantage, which means I get my turn next.
Right.
Your cards don't have effect now. Man, that would have been really good if you hit me with that.
Yep.
It's a pity
Yeah.
that you didn't.
Nope.
Sorry, Anne, I have to. I
Okay.
have to. And then that's going to take away our
Boost.
boosts. Yeah. So, since it is my turn again, I'm going to. I think I'm going to exceed. Sure, I'm gonna exceed. So I'm gonna spend 3. I'm flipping myself over.
Okay.
And so that's gonna still give me that retreat 1 on resolving a boost, but then I also increase my range by 1, up to 1, for each continuous boost I have in play.
Okay.
And then that's gonna be the end of my turn there. So I'm gonna just try to snipe you now.
Okay. So I'm going to prepare.
Okay.
Oh, it's your turn.
I exceeded.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's it?
Mhm.
You sure?
There's nothing else I can do. I
I don't know.
did prepare. Which
Okay,
Is,
calm it down. Jeez. Let me see what else I want to do here. Okay, so then I'm going to discard a card so I can get the power. Then I'm going to play the Faultless Focus, which gives me stun immunity, and I'm going to strike.
okay.
So,
It's got the 2 gauge.
Yep.
striking.
So do you need to? Does he need to play the 2 gate? No, because he's just using it for the boost, right?
We gotta look at. Oh, you're using the boost. I'm sorry, I got confused.
Yeah.
If you're using the boost, you don't pay the cost of the coin.
Okay, so I'm going to play this one here.
Okay.
And, yep, that's fine with me.
Play that.
You got yours? Are you critting again? Oh, that's true. I can retreat 1 here. Oh, I looked at yours by accident. I'm not going to because I looked at Anne's card. That's fine.
This boost is continuous.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, so I get increased range. No, I do want to do that then. So,
Can I have my card so that I can see what I did because you've moved something?
yeah.
That's fine.
So I'm going to do this, and you do that. So you've got speed 2. I've got speed 6. So I'm going to resolve first. So it is a range of 1 to 2, which is really a range of 1 to 3 because of that continuous boost in play. So I'm going to hit you for a power of 3.
Okay.
You have guard 6, so your card still takes effect. So you're fine there. But then my after is I'm going to retreat 3. 2, 3. So I'm running away. Then yours is going to resolve now. So you're not in range.
Okay.
So you don't hit, you miss. I don't have to discard, thankfully. And you can keep that.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get to keep it. You get to discard it.
Discard it.
But. And then this here is... Because I hit, I add this card to my gauge. And then that's the end of my turn. So it's going to you, Anne.
Okay. So I'm going to prepare.
Okay.
And now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to prepare also. Back to you, Anne. It's like tennis.
I know.
I believe in you. Chun can range force, sweep, and exceed mode.
That's cool.
Yeah, my range is kind of ridiculous.
Cool.
I like that they stack the range on there.
1, 2. So I have to discard 1 card for each thing that I move.
Unless it's a ultimate card, and then that counts as 2 power. So Mkami is saying, to be completely fair to Anne, Akuma is one of the harder characters to play in this set because he needs really solid fundamentals. So yeah, since it's our first time playing it,
Yeah.
kind of hard to get a grasp of it.
Sorry to sacrifice you, Dan. Another character.
I'm gonna die. So
Don't say that.
I guess I'll spend my ultimate to move 2. 1, 2. And then I didn't strike, so I draw a card.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Think I'm gonna be a jerk here.
Yeah.
Maybe? I think so. I'm gonna strike.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are you... Oh, you don't have any gauge. I was gonna ask if you were critting.
Nope.
Okay, so you are doing block. I'm doing dive. That was a waste of a dive for me. So I have a higher speed, so I'm gonna go first. So I'm advancing 3. So that's gonna go 1, 2, 3. If I move past the opponent, their attack does not hit you. So your attack isn't going to hit me. I do 5 power damage to you. You have 2 armor, so 3 goes through.
But I can...
But you can spend force in order to give yourself +2 armor.
So I can discard a card.
You can discard multiple cards.
So you have... I need to discard 2 cards.
And then you would take no damage. Or you can discard 1 card and only take 1 damage. That's your call. Forgot about block. Poo.
Okay, so I'm going to discard 1 card and I'll take a damage.
So Akuma is oddly very controlling since his entire kit is centered on guard crushing, meaning the stereotypical safe attacks of sweep and focus become way less good against him.
Okay.
So you discarded 2 cards?
Yeah.
So
I discarded 1 card. And
1 card, so you took 1 damage,
yeah.
And then this is going to go in your gauge.
Okay.
Okay, and it's going to pass to you now. Yeah, so he forces you to speed contest him, which is dangerous because, especially if Akuma's the aggressor. Yeah, I'm having to try to play like a reverse psychology thing with you to try and figure out what you're doing because I'm not sure which route you're doing. You got me once or twice really good.
All right, so I'm going to strike.
Of course you are.
Ooh, what happened to...
Is it a little fuzzy?
Yeah.
There we go. Just yell at me next time. It's fine. So I'm going to play this card.
Okay.
Are you critting anything?
No.
Okay. So you're doing cross. I'm doing block. So you go first. You're going to hit me for 3. I have 2 armor. I'm going to take 1 damage. That's fine. And then you're going to retreat 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. And that goes in your gauge.
Okay.
And then this is going to go in my gauge. And we all are happy campers.
So that's your turn?
It is. All right. I'm going to prepare. Back to you, Anne. Back to you, Anne.
I am going to prepare.
Okay. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I don't like that. I just saw the cost of this. Oh, but I can spend my gauge as force. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, I'm going to do the Ultra Parry, not the one that's sitting next to us. So I'm discarding 2 cards for the force, and that is the opponent must discard 3 normal attacks or reveal their hand and discard all normal attacks. So normal attacks are the ones without your character's icon on the top right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
So
If you know, I'm gonna change that up then. So they said I could use the Ultra card that's in my gauge as 2 force. So I'm gonna do that just so I have the option to spend my currency a little bit more wisely. And so because I resolved a boost, I can retreat 1. So I'm gonna move further away from you. And then I draw a card.
all right, so that brings my hand down to 2. So I'm gonna prepare.
Okay. You discarded 3 cards?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got lucky. I didn't think you had 3 normal cards. So then I'm going to do Power Attack. So that is the boost there. It's going to give me +1 power. And then if I hit, I gain advantage. So that's going to give me... I resolve the boost. I'm going to move 1 space further away. I get 1 range, technically. And it is back to you, Anne. And so remember, we still have a reshuffle, so you can take your turn to reshuffle your entire deck back together if you're not happy with the stuff you're drawing and you think you used all your good cards.
I don't know what I've done, so I'm gonna hit prepare. Your turn.
My turn already? Okay. All right, I'm going to play Repeating Attack. So that is, if you hit, you may return your attack to the top of your deck and add this card to your gauge. So then I'm going to move 1 space further away from you.
Alright, I'm gonna play Spite, which is +1 speed. Add this card to your gauge, and then I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay. Let's see. So that's... trying to figure out what I've got here. Okay, so then I'm going to play... I don't know if I drew a card at the end of my last turn. Whatever. I'm going to play Assault, or I'm playing Backstep, rather. So that's going to retreat up to 4. I'm not going to retreat any. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Oh, no, that's not what I want to play. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to prepare.
I'm gonna play Defend, which is +1 armor and +3 guard.
Ugh. Boo. What's your other one that you got in play? Gives you + speed? Nice. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh,
Don't forget
I
to
didn't
draw.
a card.
I'm going to play Light. So Light is going to give me +2 speed. Okay. So draw a card. And it's you, Anne.
I am going to play Power of Hatred +2 power.
Power of Hatred.
Power of Hatred.
How much power? +3 power?
+2.
+2 power. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to play Overhead, which is going to allow me to ignore armor, and now I'm going to strike. So I play this card right there. Thank you.
Do I just end this? I think I do. Whatever. We're doing this.
Okay. Are you boosting anything? Or I'm sorry, you critting anything?
What did I do?
This one here. I didn't look. I promise. I promise.
I mean, I'm gonna die. So yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, great.
Speed 7. So you're on first. Oh, you have not enough range.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to change that up?
There's nothing that
Yeah,
I.
okay.
Here, yeah, you can do that.
Range 2 through 6. So that's 4 speed. We both have 4 speed. You have a modifier of +1. I have a modifier of +2. So I'm going to go first. And so before, I'm going to close 2. 1, 2. And then I've got 8 million range because of everything in play.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do 9 power to you.
+2, so it's 11.
Yay!
Yeah, good job.
You did get some really scary hits on me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. It went from 30 to 20, Matthew. No.
Right, that's a third of my health. But like they were saying, that's the hardest, if not one of the hardest, if not the hardest characters to play.
Yeah.
So admirable. My question is, do you want to play one more?
Sure.
And so, Chris, who would be what kind of character do you want to play as, Anne? Do you want to play
I
as
don't particularly
a
care.
heavy hitting? Do you want to play as a speedy character?
I don't particularly care.
Do you have a recommendation, Chris?
We can go back to Ken or Ryu and get a little familiar with his kit.
Okay.
So we played as Ken already. So are you okay with playing with Ryu?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. I saw a bunch of people in chat before talking about Dan. Okay, they're saying it right now. So I've pulled Dan to the side.
Oh.
I've already anticipated playing as Dan. So you got to give the people what they
Dan
want.
is wild.
So I mean, I don't know what to expect because his thing is pretty even.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Oh,
It's just discovered the Dan.
Oh.
We're gonna have a good time.
okay. I'm kind of worried. Okay. Oh. Well, that's interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, I'm looking at my character ability, the Dan ability, if you will. And it is your wild swings have critical +1 power, +1 speed.
He definitely looks like you.
I don't have that sweet ponytail.
No, but you've got that terribly cheesy smile.
Thank you. So let's see what his exceed ability is. That's a sweet thumbs up pose. Your wild swings have critical +1 power, +1 speed. When drawing a card at the end of your turn, draw from the top or bottom of your deck. You may then discard a card.
That's interesting.
What? Why? Why would I want to discard a card?
Because he's Dan. Well,
Is there something that I should know here, Chris?
He has to discover it on his own. I would want to tell Matt why, but he has to discover it on his own.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know what I'm in for right now, but okay.
Dan is special.
Who are you playing as, Ann? You're playing as
Ken.
You played as Ken already.
Yeah, but that's what they want.
I said, why don't you play as Ryu, so we
Yeah,
get
but-
to see a just different character.
no, Ken's fine. Let's just get the feel for it. Let's do this.
Okay.
I was listening to Chris and not Matthew.
You said Ken or Ryu, to be fair.
Oh my god.
TBF.
It's the more you get familiar with the character, you're gonna discover little combos and be like, oh, I get it. And a lot of the fun of Exceed is really just homing in on a character. Like, you can play like 3 characters you really like in Exceed for so many games and just really get that fighting game enjoyment. So it's different than let me explore all the content of Exceed as opposed to let me discover Ken.
Sarah funny. Ryu is just Ken in black and white anyway.
I mean, by the way, if
What
you,
is? I want to know.
don't
what
play the Dan. Let the Dan play you. I gotta let the Dan flow through me. I'm game.
This is
I've
right up your
accepted
alley.
the
I'm so
Dan in my
happy.
life. I have accepted the Dan.
So, and I think that for our general strategy, let's try to stay in range 2.
Okay.
If we can stay around range 2, I think that we'll do pretty good.
Okay. All right.
What?
What do you mean, what?
He's got some interesting cards, is all I'm saying.
I'll be right.
So I'm gonna mulligan 2 cards. So those go away,
Okay.
and then they don't get shuffled back in. I draw 2 new ones.
Matt's looking at Dan's cards. Spoiler alert.
They're all bad. That's the reaction that I had for one of the cards that I drew. Kind of a what?
So I'm not going to get TKO'd because
I
I'm a little
don't-
sick and tired of that.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So, would you like to go first, Dan?
Sure.
Okay, go for it. Matt, just let it happen. I'm letting it happen.
Played in 1 as Dan in actual Street Fighter.
The
Yep.
only reason it happens is because the opponent is so confused that you win.
Oh God.
I've very rarely played Street Fighter, and I don't think I've ever played as Dan, so I guess he's a notoriously crappy character?
So good.
Oh, good. You bet on me. That's good. Oh, man.
All right, I'm gonna play.
Dan is a canon joke character. I didn't know that.
Didn't
Okay.
know either, and this is so good.
With Street Fighter Exceed, it's not like you can't win. He has a pretty viable kit, all things considered. But as you can see through his effects, it's pretty zany.
Oh. So one of our viewers, Seraphony, is saying, you like DBZ, right, Matt? Dan is the Hercule of Street Fighter.
I kind of got that impression, and I kind of think you're Hercule, so I think it's appropriate.
He's a parody. His moves are intentionally poor and jokey. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy for this. This is great. This is going to make victory sweeter if I do win, and it gives me an excuse if I lose. This is perfect. You can't win.
I really can't.
But it's like a Street Fighter Exceed again. It's not like you intentionally made awful.
Right.
If you compare like Fireball to Bruce Fireballs, yeah, it's technically worse. But because of the wild swing mechanic, it's the uncertainty where the Dan comes out. Like, in order for you to discover his power, you need to hope.
Oh, God.
And sometimes he hits ridiculously hard. And other times he alters for 0. So that's the thing about that.
I believe in the Dan.
I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna. I think this is what I want to do.
Let the Dan swing flow through you.
I think I'm gonna play Grasp for +2 power. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, guess what, Ann? I'm going to play Grasp for +2 power. So, yeah.
So salty.
Oh, man. Dan and Exceed is actually really well designed. They didn't make him bad on purpose, but he is intentionally unreliable. Interesting. The trick with Dan in a lot of video games he's in is his specials have terrible ranges and hitboxes and such, but if you land any of his attacks, they hit harder than any other character in the game. I feel the Dan flowing through me now! You merely adopted the Dan. I was born into it.
Hate you so much. I'm gonna discard a card to move. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Here. You could look at that card.
I'm gonna play Spike. No, I'm not.
It's just slightly head scratchery because it's kind of like a worse version of this card. And I'm pretty sure that's what chat was talking about before.
I can use Ken's ability to close in, so I didn't need to discard my stuff. Is that what just happened?
That's pretty good.
Close when I draw a card? Where did I put my card that I discarded, though? I feel like I discarded a card to do that, and I don't remember where I put it. So we're going to pretend like...
I understand, but I understand what Chad's been saying and what this does.
Oh, I didn't even move. Oh, I'm closing, and I'm drawing a card. Wow.
They're saying you didn't even discard
No.
anything.
Good job. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you messed up my strategy, FYI.
Good.
Huh? I can't. I mean, I could, but I can't. Does this make sense to you at all, Ann? It shouldn't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
No.
6, 7.
Dan.
So now I have to get rid of a card, and I'm gonna get rid of that card. Gonna get rid of dive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, because hand limit 6.
7.
Oh. At least somebody's paying attention.
We are.
Are you playing?
I'm waiting for you to finish your turn.
done.
You keep
I'm so
remediating
done.
what you've been doing.
All I did was move, and now I have
Okay. You sure?
a shit ton of cards. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Some of these cards are interesting.
Oh my God, Matthew.
Yes.
Play a card.
Okay. I'm gonna strike you. No. Yes. No. Yes. I'm striking.
From your hand or blindly from the top of your deck?
From
No,
my
you do have to pay for the critical.
yeah, I don't have anything
So-
to pay for my critical, so just for my hand for now.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't sound very sure.
You wouldn't. I haven't embraced the Dan yet. That's my problem.
Should have drawn an 8th card though. Look, I can't even. I don't even.
They do. Oh, look, we both played the same thing. But because I've got more speed than you, or I'm sorry, because
You
I
initiated
initiated
the
it,
strike.
I hit first. So I'm going to do 5 damage to you, which stuns you. And I'm actually going to do 7 damage because of Grasp.
Great.
Ouch.
And you don't do anything.
Yeah.
And this goes in my gauge.
I was first. I started with 5, and that's me falling off a chair.
So because of that, Anne,
Yeah.
that means that I'm now set up for a wild swing on my next turn. Or maybe this turn, if you decide to strike me. Just know that if you strike me down, I will come at you much harder.
I'm going to play this card for the boost.
Okay, so what's the card called?
Nope. What Chris said. That card is called What Chris Said.
Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku. Okay, so before...
Tatsumaki Senpai.
so
You
you-
can just say Tatsu. People say Tatsu.
okay. So you get +1 speed, and you immediately strike.
Okay, and so strike?
Oh, you're doubling up there, huh?
No, what are you talking about?
Huh, buddy?
And this boost goes away.
So that's like that.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I heard a wait. I see a wait.
Oh.
Okay. See, I don't like this now. I don't know what I want to do here. Can't do that. I'm so confused. So confused. I'm gonna Dan swing. Gonna Dan swing. Man. I'm Dan swinging. I'm embracing the Dan. So you know what? I'm gonna critical it too. I'm doing it. Dan swinging away.
All right, so we'll put the top card of your deck face down. It's +1 speed, +1 attack.
Okay.
Let's begin.
So you're doing the Hadouken. I'm doing the Gadoken. So is that? I guess it's like a bad Hadouken. Yep. Yeah. So.
I mean, actually, it's just basically worse.
But
because-
we both have 5 speed, so you will go first.
I have 6 speed.
Okay, so
Because I have +1 for my quick attack.
Oh, I
and
didn't even know
have-
you had +1 from the quick attack. Okay.
I have
Ooh,
+1.
look at that.
So-
you, I can't see if you're within range, but if you are, you're gonna take 4 damage off that.
I am 5
5
damage,
damage.
because of the she EX'd it. Or is it X or
Now-
EX?
It's EX.
Okay.
And do you want to put that card on top of your deck? Hadouken has that same effect from before.
So I EX'd it, but I EX'd 2 Hadoukens. So is it applied to both cards when it goes to the top of my deck?
No, it's just one card. The second EX is discarded on reveal, technically.
Okay.
So it's just one card.
So then, yeah, it goes to the top of my deck. And then this one goes to discard, and this one goes to discard because the strike is done. And that's it. Good
All
luck.
right. I tried the Dan swing. I didn't do a good job of it, but I tried. And that's what matters most, right?
I don't think so.
I'm going to strike.
The
Uh,
Hadoukens have a gauge
So
effect.
you get 1 gauge from your discard because of Hadouken's effect.
Oh, that's right. So...
You can gauge your Hadouken.
So good. Thank you.
So I'm striking.
You're striking?
Here we go,
Yeah.
Hadouken again.
Can I
You can
crit
wild
with my
swing
Hadouken?
You can. So you want to wild swing crit the Hadouken? You can. You should. Why not?
Because I'm really scared of what he has. My gauge should be
The
the
que-
Hadouken, because that's the last one that went on the thing. Yeah, it should be. Okay, fine, we'll do that. Chris,
You're critting a wild swing into your Hadouken?
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Mhm.
Thanks, Anne.
That's exactly what happened.
So you're doing the Hadouken, I'm diving at you. So we have the same speed, but I initiated, so I go first. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, jump into the other side of you. If you move past the opponent, their attacks don't hit you. So I deal 5 damage
Okay.
to you, and you miss.
So it misses, it's out of range, and you get stunned. So
Yeah.
there's 3 reasons that card didn't hit.
Yep.
It's a good play. That's what you do. You dived out of there. Dive's really good at closing space to avoid projectiles.
Back to
And
you,
you have
Anne.
1 gauge from
I know you're
am
afraid of the Dan.
going to strike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Think I'll do. Yeah, I'll do this. That'll be fine. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna hit first because I have speed of 7.
Yep. So that takes me from 19 to 7.
Now hold on. I hit, so I can discard up to 3 cards at random from my hand. For each card discarded, I'm gonna
Oh.
pull 1 and gain a power.
Okay.
So
So you can pull past you, so you're basically throwing them over your shoulder.
right, so I'm trying to get the extra power there, and I think I'm
You don't
okay
need a
with.
hand if you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm not happy with my hand, so I'm gonna just discard the 2 cards that I have left and do 2 more
So
damage
that'll
to you.
take me down to 15.
Okay. And then that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
So it's back to me. I have no cards, so
Are you gonna do the pull effects?
I can't pull her past me, can I? Or can I pull her past me?
No, you can't. You can pull her past you like you're throwing her over. So yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll throw
Yeah,
you in
keep
the corner then.
Okay.
Dan smash. And I feel like the appropriate thing to do here would be to Dan swing, because I can still technically Dan swing even though I have no cards in my hand, right, Chris?
Oh, that's not how it
My
resolves.
comment says that the
Anne
hand
stays
stays
where she is.
I think I was wrong about pull.
Okay. But I can still Dan swing, right?
Oh, you can still dance with me.
Oh,
You can always dance.
I'm a Dan swing. So I'm going to crit on my Dan swing, too. I have no idea what I'm playing, but I'm critting it. You got to have faith, Anne. I hope it's something good. All right. So, I played my legendary Taunt, apparently. I can't play it. It's an invalid.
So if it's invalid, you can discard it and wild swing again.
Okay. So I'm curious as to what this card is.
Or
So
you
like,
can pay the game. But yeah, let's read the card for the most.
So before, advance up to 3, you may draw a card, then you may play and execute another attack from your hand, carrying... Oh, that's pretty cool. I can't do it, but that's pretty cool. So that goes there. But I get a new card.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's Grasp. So that's decent. So I am going to go first because I have speed of 7.
Yeah.
I did crit, so it's technically a speed of 8, but I get +1 power on it.
Okay.
So it's going to be 4 power in toto.
Okay.
You have 2 armor, so it's going to do 2 damage to you.
So I'm going to discard a card.
And then I'm going to move you 2 spaces away. Boop, boop. And this goes in my gauge, and then yours happens. So you could discard a card to get the armor.
Yep, I did.
Cool. And then this goes in your gauge.
Yep. Great.
Okay. Back to you, Anne.
I guess I'm going to use my power to close and draw a card.
Okay.
Oh, well, you don't have anything in your hand, do you?
I sure don't. But you know what I can do, right?
It would... yeah.
Dan swing.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a second card.
I'm feeling the Dan. It's washing over me like, a nice cuddly blanket.
You're so weird.
So you just prepared? I'm going to prepare all...
No, I didn't prepare. I closed,
okay.
and drew my card at the end. Just do it.
Dan swing. Doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm feeling it. I'm discarding a card. I'm spending a gauge, so I'm critting.
You're so weird. Alright, there you go.
Got to tee it up. And then knock it out of the park with Dan swing. I'm blocking. So you're attacking me. It ignores armor and guard. Oh, poo.
Yeah.
So, well, that didn't work out too well. So yeah, you're gonna hit me for 5.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh goodness. You can have that back. That Dan swing did not work.
It hit, so it goes in my guard.
Yeah, I'm gonna discard that block and pretend that never happened.
Oh god.
Whoopsie. Back to you, Anne.
Okay, so it's my turn. And
That Dan swing
so scary.
was an Anne swing.
Stop, I hate you. No. He got gauge stunned, so no gauge.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough. You played like the worst possible thing for me.
No, you pulled the worst possible thing.
Well, no, I mean if you played something that didn't go past my guard, I would have at least gotten something into my gauge, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been quite as bad, but I can look through my discard pile, right?
To
I'm
do
already
what?
doing it, but to see what cards are in there. To know how viable my swinging's going to be.
There are no worse Dan swings.
You're one step closer to understanding the Dan.
It is a difficult path, but I have vowed to master it.
I'm
Or there are
not so
2
worried
copies of
about
every
my
card?
hand now because you're just gonna randomly be pulling nonsense.
I mean,
I feel like
you can't know what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing. It's the perfect strategy.
this is.
You can't strategize against what doesn't exist.
Oh my god, this really is the best character for you. This really, really is the best character for you. Why doesn't he grab card beat black by... Oh, what? Oh, why doesn't the grab card beat block by ignoring armor and guard?
Which
I hear you.
which also means if you don't use the reshuffle. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I was like, I hear you about the whole grab not beating block. That's the way fighting games are. It just had to work out differently for the sake of the adaptation of this to tabletop.
I mean, I'm gonna. I want to strike you, and then I'm gonna have no cards in my hand, and then it's just gonna be a blind battle of nonsense. I mean,
Do it.
strike, I guess.
Dan swing.
This is ridiculous.
I'm going to crit the Dan swing, and bam. Okay, so you're assaulting me, but look what I'm doing. I'm not in range, so it doesn't even matter.
I close too.
So hold on, hit discard of 3 cards.
Oh, but
Oh
so
no,
does
hold
your
on. I
card
can.
go first?
Oh no.
Yeah, your card goes first.
Well,
yeah, I'm okay with this.
yeah, my card goes first,
I'm
so
so
I
okay with that.
don't hit you.
Yeah, but then
But then you close,
Yeah.
and you punch me in the face,
I'm okay with this emotionally.
and you gain advantage.
I like this a lot.
So it goes back to your turn. So you deal 4 damage to me.
Okay. I don't have anything in my hand anymore, so I need to prepare. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's your turn.
You know what time it is, Ann?
You can't crit.
I can't crit it.
So you hit with assault, right? So I think that goes to gauge.
Oh, does it? I really.
Yeah, you hit with it, so it goes into your gauge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gives you advantage, so you get to go again.
Yep. So I did prepare because I was out of cards.
So yeah, I since I can't crit,
Without gauge, Dan should probably draw.
yeah,
some
I'm
cards.
gonna prepare. I'm gonna do the responsible thing. It's a good thing that I did.
Sometimes you got to pay the bills.
It was a good thing that I did.
Um,
Oh no! This would have been the. That was the first one too. That's upsetting. Let me see the card one more time, Josh.
Did you get punished from straying from Dan's police?
I got Shiso Baraiken. It's one of the ultimates. I mean, that's not going to give Ann too much information, but I should have trusted the Dan. Yeah, I should
She'll
have.
forgive you.
I should have trusted the Dan.
does that mean that I should back up
I mean, you can if you want.
a lot?
I honestly don't know what that card does, but for you staying within range, 1 or 2 is good.
Okay.
Now you know why his next side.
Lets you discard. Yeah, now I get it. But at the same time, I've got other things that I can do here. That's fine. So, Ann, what did you do with your turn?
If I flip to my exceed side with Ken now, which cost me 3 gauge, which I have, then when I exceed, I'll draw a card and close up to 2. So I'll just draw another card.
Yeah.
And then as an action, I can close 1 and draw a card. Then I can strike. So I think that that's maybe a good idea.
It's pretty good.
So then that's what I'm going to do.
You're thinking too much, Ann.
And that,
You
yeah,
have to let it come to you naturally.
You're so weird.
That's the end of your turn.
Because I did the exceed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget to draw a card, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to play Lucky. And that is place a card from your hand on top of your deck. You may skip your draw step.
What did the rest of that card say?
You'll see soon.
No, you can flip it back.
You'll see it soon. No. It's not public information right now, Ann.
Because you played the boost.
But it's back on top.
If you have no cards in hand, ignore this card's gauge cost. Close power 7, speed 5. And you have a card in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Good talk. I need...
If Dan ain't cheating, he ain't winning.
What do I need to do?
I think Mkami's yelling at me. I resolved the boost wrong. I did? Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Thank you. I did that backwards. Well, that's upsetting.
If Matt ain't cheating, he ain't winning.
You know what? I'm gonna prepare then. Pooh. I did that. Oh, son of a. Okay.
You're having a lot of emotions.
Yeah, this
there.
is. He's being mean to me.
Why do you two get so many cheat counters when you're on?
I have the absolute worst hand right now. Josh, here, you can take a look at this because I think you'll appreciate it.
I'm gonna play.
Matt is wrestling against the Dan, and the Dan is winning. This is what I get for not
I'm gonna play
embracing
this card
the Dan.
for the boost, the True Master boost.
Okay, so you're getting +2 power, +2 speed. You do have to.
Oh, never mind. I can't. You're right.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't have a force. I have to discard a card.
You could discard a card for the force. You're very close, Mkami. You're very, very close.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna discard my card.
Okay. Josh, can I have my cards back?
Oh, this goes here.
It's my turn. Thank you.
And I didn't, so I'm gonna pull that.
So, okay, I can technically do this. Okay, so I'm gonna play the Psycho Leap, which allows me to discard a card.
Move 3 and then add.
Need
a
to
card.
find that Psycho power. See, they know what's up.
Move 3, then add a card from your hand to your gauge.
Right. So I'm gonna add this card to my gauge,
Move 3.
and then I move 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Did you play the force cost for that?
No, I did not. Thank you.
Okay. The scenes are ridiculous.
So then I'm going to discard this card here, and then this card goes away. Okay. So then it's your turn, Ann. Can you imagine how much more cheating you'd be doing without us? I mean, I'm not intentionally cheating. I'm just trying to figure out the best strategy possible.
All the cheating. Okay, I'm going to play this card for quick attack.
+2 speed, and now strike. Okay?
Dan draws at the end of his turn, since he resolved the boost.
Oh. Well, poo. That's not what I wanted to do.
So +1 speed, now strike. So... Okay, that's my strike card.
Okay, so I have to play that. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you're winning the speed battle because you have all the speed right now. So you're doing the sure you can.
Yeah.
You're not in range.
Shit, wait, no. One of these said move. Oh, damn! I mixed it up.
No, too late. You already played
Damn
it.
card. I'll fight you. Never mind.
And
Never mind. I'm taking it all back.
that's like 2 turns,
Yeah, no, I
Ann.
did.
You can't do
no,
that.
it's one card. It was my boost.
Oh, okay.
It was my quick attack.
Okay, so whatever. I don't know what just happened, but that's cool.
Your Bill's character.
Any day now, Ann. It's your turn. I thought that she was trying to take like 2 turns back. Do.
That would have been really good. Made me really happy.
Too bad.
Yeah. I'm prepare. Wait, yeah, that's fine. I'm emotionally okay with this. Okay, good.
I'm good to go?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see my actions here. I can change cards. I can exceed. I can reshuffle, boost. I'm going to. I'm gonna discard a card, so that way I can move one, and then that's the end of my turn.
Make me nervous.
Okay. Obvious answer to AP, Wild Swing.
Of course. Oh man, I'm a little. What do I consider?
I believe in you, Anne.
Two, three, four, five.
What you doing? And Dan is so crazy, you can Wild Swing at basically any range, 1 through 5. Yeah, I've noticed that the ranges have been like completely all over the place too. So, it's interesting.
I hope this works.
I hope it doesn't.
Okay, well, it friggin' is what it is. Okay, I'm going to play I can play a card in my hand for force, right? Yes.
You mean you
Discard a
could-
card in my
yeah.
hand for force.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. That's how you get
So
force.
I'm going to play Rushed On Style and pay for the force.
Okay, so close 3, then strike.
1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to play that card.
I'm Dan swinging it. And I'm going to crit it, because why not? All right. Heart of the cards. Yep. All right, ready?
No?
Oh, you're doing the Shoryuken again? I'm doing focus. Okay, so Shoryuken. Opponents can't move you. +2 speed if you initiated this strike, so you've got all the speed in the world. You go first.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I got that. So how much power do you get? You get +2 power?
Yeah.
So that's going to do 6 damage in total. I have 2 armor, so it's going to do 4 damage to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't get stunned, so that's fine. So this is going to go in your gauge.
Because it needs to be more than 7 to stun?
Correct. So then I'm hitting you for 4. You had no armor on yours, right? Yeah, no armor.
I have 4 guard.
So that doesn't mean anything.
So how much? 4?
4, yeah. Unfortunately, after his draw a card. I don't want to draw a card. Have to, though. Meh. Okay. Wait, what?
I'm truly enjoying. And then, does my boost go in? No, my boost goes into discard, right?
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's cool. Sure, I'm going to play this, because why not? I'm going to play the Psycho Glory, which is all your attacks are critical. And cleanup, if you are not stunned, you may sustain this boost. So if I don't get stunned, I can keep this in play. And that's the end of my turn. It's going to pass back to you, Anne.
Okay. So I'm going to use Ken's ability.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this should have gone in my gauge.
Do I have to pay a force every time I use his ability?
You can use your action to close one and do whatever it says. So you can use your character's ability, or you can move by spending force.
Okay.
They're actually separate. So if your ability moves you, you don't have to spend force for that move.
Okay. So as an action, I may close one and draw a card and strike. So then I can just draw a card and strike here.
Yes, I drew a card at the end of my turn. All right. So, are you striking? Does it say you may strike or you must strike? out of curiosity.
Oh, it says May.
Okay, so you don't have to attack me if you want to.
Josh is off to the side going, you should attack him.
I mean, he's not wrong. I can't do what I want to do.
Okay. So then I guess I'm going to... But that's poopy, though. Alright, let's...
Are we fighting? We're doing
Ants-
this? Okay,
Ants
cool.
play is also free? What does that mean? My strike is free?
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how you get all these quick cards. That's a...
I'm the Dan. What do you want? So I'm attacking first because of the speed. I'm going to deal 3 damage to you.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to retreat 3. So I can only retreat right there.
I'm okay with that.
So then you miss. So this does not go into your
Why?
thing. Because... Oh, no. I'm sorry. You don't... you get stunned. So you don't hit. So you don't get that in the gauge.
Cool.
Okay, so that goes there. That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to exceed. So exceeding is your wild swings have critical +1 power, +1 speed. When drawing a card at the end of the turn, draw from the top or bottom of your deck, and then you may then discard a card. Why the bottom, though? Is there a reason for that? Or... Oh, if I
Think of it this way. If you do that once and you know what card is there, it's almost like storing it until you're ready to use it.
Ah. Good call. Good call.
So what did you have to pay to exceed?
I have to pay these 2. I only have 2 to pay for mine. I'm a cheap exceeder. All right. And so, at the end, when drawing a card at the end of my turn, draw from the top or bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm going to draw because I have to, and then I can discard a card if I want. Sure. I'm going to discard this here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to play custom combo.
What's that?
Draw 2 cards, and when I hit, I gain advantage.
Okay. Oh, I just realized that. That's not great. I'm going to spend a card. It's one of my ultras, so I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. And then that's going to be the end of my turn. So then I draw. Oh, really?
I'm going to play Tech for my instant boost, which is choose and discard a boost in play. So you can have that back.
That's no. I want that.
I know.
Oh, that. Oh, because when you move past someone, it costs 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just stay here then. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Cool. And it's your turn?
No, it's not.
It's not? Oh, okay. Cool. I wasn't really paying attention then. I'm gonna... This should be interesting. No, I don't want to do this. Oh, that's upsetting. This is such a difficult, like, thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna dance swing it. Let's do it.
So weird.
Got my card. You got your card? I'm ready. I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. I'm focusing, apparently. So you attack first, so it's a speed of 6. You are going to hit me for 3. I have 2 armor, so you're going to do 1 damage to me.
And then I'm going to retreat.
And then you're going to retreat 3.
2, 3.
Okay. So Then I'm going to go, but I miss. So I don't... Do I still put this in my gauge, Chris, or not because I don't hit?
Not because you don't hit.
If you didn't hit, it doesn't go to your gauge.
Okay, but I'm still going to draw a card.
Why?
As long as you're not stunned, you would draw that card.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to draw a card.
Okay, that was your turn, so now it's my turn.
Yeah.
I hit, so I get advantage. So it would be my turn anyway. Going to play... I gotta get closer.
I wish that I had a little bit more going on, but I think I'm okay.
I'm gonna play Burning Passion for +1 speed and draw a card, and then I'm gonna draw a card for the end of my turn.
Okay. I'm going to play... I'm going to play Psycho Vision. I have to discard a card to play that. And then I'm going to look at your hand.
Any number of cards from my... Wait.
No. I could discard any number of cards from my hand.
I don't get it.
Oh. Okay. There you go.
Thanks.
And then strike. So I'm striking. Come on. I already know what I'm playing. You know you want it. Come on. Dan time. It's Dan time.
You're weird.
Thank you. And so you're playing block, and I'm playing the Hoagaduken. So range 1 through 4. It's got a speed of 1 and a power of 7. Because I have no cards in my hand, I don't have to pay the gauge cost.
Okay.
So I'm attacking you for 7 damage.
Yep.
You can discard cards to give yourself +2 armor. Hoagaduken! And you have 2 armor. Right, so you actually only take 5 damage.
So it takes me to 4.
Oh, no, hold on, actually. Because that exceeds your guard, you can't spend any of that armor. You can't, So you get 2 armor, and that's it.
Okay.
So your guard is broken. This does not go in your gauge. That's the end. Okay.
You have nothing?
Oh, it says no, she can add armor. That's when she's hit. Wait, what? Oh, she's not damaged. So I'm sorry, you guess you could spend that armor? I thought that was backwards. When you are hit, after hit effect, spend any amount of 4. Oh, okay. Got it. So you mitigate the damage before. So you can spend... So you took 5 damage. You've got 2 cards in your hand, so you can mitigate 4 damage of that. There you go.
You're not technically damaged yet, so you will discard cards.
Gotcha.
Okay. You got no cards?
You ain't got no cards.
I got no cards.
Can Wild Swing? You can do it.
That's weird. What was the speed of your card?
4? No, 1.
So, but you initiated, so it doesn't matter.
You have a speed of 0. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, block gets added to your gauge because you weren't stunned.
That's good. Okay.
Dan swing. You actually, that would be worse for you if you went first. Because your card resolves before that? I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Either way, it goes to your gauge. You're fine.
Okay.
I believe in you, Ann.
So I'm
Make the
gonna
wise
close
choice.
1, draw a card, and then I'm gonna draw a card for the end of my turn.
You know what time it is?
Oh God,
It's Dan swing time! Let's do it.
you're so weird.
Okay, it wouldn't make a difference because if block goes first or second. Okay, so I am going to discard this so I can crit it, because why not, right?
What does crit do for you?
It gives me +1 speed, +1 damage.
Okay, let's see what happens there.
I actually have no idea what's in the top of my deck. Oh, sweep. Oh, you moved just into range. That's so sweet of you. So you go first because of your speed 7. But
Oh,
you
wait,
miss.
give me my card back.
No, you keep doing this. No. No, you miss. Go away. All right, so I'm sweeping you. So the opponent must discard a card at random, and it's going to do 6 damage to you.
Cool.
Actually, 7 damage, because Dan swing!
So on 2.
Oh, you're not
No,
dead?
1. No, I'm not dead.
It's so close.
It's
All
time
right.
for the comeback. It's time for the comeback.
There's no comeback.
There's no comeback to Dan.
There's no comeback.
There is only Dan.
You guys have way too much faith.
Sounds like we need a montage. Gonna need a montage.
So do I close again and draw 2?
Or you can do a wild swing.
I can't. I don't have that many cards in that range. Close 1, draw a card.
There's no comeback here. Dan was winning all along. You're just not psycho enough to understand.
I don't know. Let's do it. Either do it or die. Strike?
Oh, you get to strike at the end of your turn. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Dan swinging it. That's all I know. Oh, hold on. So I did hit with this, so it goes in my gauge. I'm going to spend it, because why not? And I am assaulting you. So assault before close 2. Boop. And then I am hitting you for 5 power.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Very good.
Dan swing. Dan swing. All right. I mean, that's the glory of the Dan. I understand now. I understand.
the dance.
I understand. It took me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we saw a couple different characters, like Ken and Ryu are the generalists, like they're in Street Fighter. We went to the glass cannon with Akuma, and Dan is the meme machine. But they're all still designed to be ultimately balanced, but keep that play style for their games. And yeah, it's a way to balance the set.
Very cool. Chris, thank you so much for taking the time tonight to come on and let us play the Exceed Street Fighter. This was a lot of fun, and we really appreciate your time.
Of course. Sorry for being late.
No worries. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. For all of you watching at home, I'm putting the link in chat right now where you can find out a little bit more information about Street Fighter Exceed by Level 99 Games. Chris, we really do appreciate you taking the time to chat with us and show us the ways of the Dan. With
For
that...
sure. And, oh, go ahead.
No,
I
no.
was going to say,
Go ahead.
we'll do PAX East if anyone wants to come hang out with Level 99 Games, and we'll be done with Exceed and other games.
Very
Fantastic. So we are going to do a soft sign-off right now, but we'll be back in just a few minutes with our first impression session where we talk about some of our favorite aspects of the game, any constructive criticisms we might have, and then the most important question of the evening of would we play it again based off of our first 3 playthroughs in this case.
Yeah.
But for now, this is going to be Twist Gaming signing off. I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for Level 99 Games for sponsoring this stream and all of this week's streams. Bye, everyone.